Guys ready?
Ready.
I'm Scott G.
And I'm Phil D.
This week we're getting ready to fight in-game anime with our good friend GreaScale.
Let's go, payday! So, what do you think of this?
That was a sneaky surprise attack. All right, guys. Well, I think we got a whole bunch of stuff lined up. I didn't get through all of my homework last night because we started shooting things.
And I think we talked for about 2 hours right before you guys got together.
I was trying. I was so trying.
I don't think I finished all of it either, but I had seen all of it before, so it wasn't that big a deal. But this week we are actually talking about fighting game anime, because it is still anime.
Anime. You see what we did there, huh?
My
you see what we did there?
month of the year. and what is it? Anime fighters.
And anime fighters.
Yeah,
that's right.
So a lot of really cool games.
We got a whole list of it's mostly older anime that we watched, and then we have a whole list of anime fighters that we play. As often as we would like to, I guess.
Indeed.
Yeah. So why don't we hit a news first?
Yeah.
We got some bad news first. I really have to.
Why is it always bad news?
I got to get it out of the way, man.
Out of the way.
That's right.
Absolutely.
We've lost two amazing legends this week. All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
We lost Kentaro Miura and Paul Mooney. All right.
Super sad.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Indeed. Trey, I was gonna say I actually caught that video that you put up the other day, the tribute to Miura that you guys did in Final Fantasy.
It was beautiful.
14.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that was fucking beautiful.
You know, it's really interesting to see all of the people who understand the fact that, you know, in Final Fantasy 14, there's a class called the Dark Knight where you have massive honking giant sword.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, just without guts, without Gatsu, it would not have ever been a thing.
No,
right?
not at all.
And so all these people actually recognize it, and everybody put down a campfire and pulled out their swords and salute.
That's right.
And people were there for hours.
People were playing the songs.
Yeah.
People were. Oh my God.
It was
Dude,
gorgeous, man.
absolutely
Guys,
beautiful.
that's up on your YouTube channel.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you guys
Absolutely.
go check that out. It is very moving, but
Yeah.
because we don't want to
We don't want to
harp on
linger.
this too
Yeah,
much,
harp on
no.
this too much, but
Yes. But it's sad that both of them are gone.
we'll definitely go into that probably a
Well,
little bit
look,
more.
if you want to have a bit of a positive spin, Miura is one of the few writers that finished his fucking work before
Yes.
he passed away.
Yeah, so
There are
Berserk will
so
be
many-
finished.
Yeah, right? And he actually finished writing. You know, usually it takes, you know, people's assistants or people in the estate.
Well, they're gonna have to draw it for him.
Well, they're,
Yeah.
They're
Well,
gonna
but
have
he-
to draw it.
but
and
he-
he's been training them
About to
Right.
say,
They
he's
can
been
pull
training
that
him
off.
to
Yeah.
draw like he does.
they can
yeah.
pull that off.
Yeah,
That'll
I
be
think
fine,
it'll be.
you
I think
know?
it'll be good.
So.
There's a manga that he did. I think it's maybe 10 years old at this point, called Gigantomachia. And
Yeah, I read that one. That one's really good.
that one was
Nice.
specifically
Solid.
made so that he could train his staff
Oh,
under
that's
him.
cool. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he was prepared for this, and that's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, on to more positive news, potentially. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get another shitty news out of the way. This Sonic burger sucks. This new Sonic burger's
Oh
fucking
my
trash.
God.
I don't know why I ate it. It was bad.
What did they call it?
Yeah,
It
the
was just like a
Hardee's,
Western.
right around the corner, like.
Yeah.
They tempted me with a commercial, and I listened to the bullshit and thought, well, I like fried onions.
What's really funny?
They've got slushies, so
They
that's,
do?
that's
What's
a big
really
thing.
What's
That's a good
really
thing.
funny is you mentioned that there's a Hardee's down the street, because I feel like Hardee's was kind of pulling the same shit that's happening with this burger, where they would just throw in a bunch of random
But
shit.
the
on
Hardee's
top of-
always does that. Like that's their shtick. Like
Well,
you
they
never
don't
know
do it
what's
as
gonna be
much
made.
as they used to.
Dude,
Like there
but-
for a while, it was like every
that
single
steak
thing
burger was
on-
the shit, though.
Yeah,
That's
it
all I'm
was.
saying. That fucking prime rib burger. I was like, what's up? What's up on that?
It, man.
Right.
Hardy's good at us.
Yeah.
You know?
But Hardy's good shit.
But
yeah.
Sonic, sorry, man.
Not so much.
Oh no.
It'd be great if Sonic just totally was purchased by Sega and they just leaned into it really hard.
Dude, I was gonna say,
would
like,
be
does that segue us into anime fighters? Because I mean, where does that put us as far as Smash Bros? Anyway, okay, all right. Maybe for another time. Maybe for another time.
Yeah. Well, they'd have to change. They wouldn't even have to change Sonic's favorite food because they sell chili dogs.
Right.
Yeah, that is his favorite
Absolutely.
food. You're
I'm
right.
just saying.
So, did you guys want to talk about this?
Yeah. More news.
This Resident Evil Village plagiarism.
Yeah, what is up with this? Because I don't even know about this.
All right, so just a real quick rundown. There's a movie that came out. It's a Polish horror film called Frankenstein's Army, and it looks cool. Like, it really looks like something we'd like. So, we're
definitely going to
try. We're going to do an
That
episode.
was one of the best
you are
movies
telling
ever
me.
made. A lot of people say, like, this is one of the best movies ever made, which, of course, people always say that. But, you know, that
Really?
goes to show. Yeah, it goes to show. A lot of people know this film.
No.
You know, it's
Ooh,
not.
so it's not
it's
just-
obscure, but it has a definite cult following.
Oh, okay,
So,
gotcha.
yeah, they fucked up.
Ooh, they
And
fucked
those,
up.
oh man, and those cult followings, man.
Oh, dude, they're the ones.
They'll get on you.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, man. They have Reddit all day. Have Reddit on fire, you know, and so.
Well,
Wow.
if you haven't seen
Yes.
Frankenstein's Army, then you should go check out the images. And I also don't want to ruin anything for people that are going to play Village, but just look up the comparison images. That's
right.
it.
There's a creature that was created for Frankenstein's army, an absolutely horrific yet really ridiculous and silly creature.
Stupid.
But that.
Tis a silly creature.
That exact creature appears in Resident Evil. Let's not even lie about it. Let's not mince
yeah.
words. Like it's that exact creation.
It's
the exact creation, exact scenario. Well, the scenario is a little bit different, but the way that everything goes down with that creature, exactly the same.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Wow.
they knew what they were doing.
Yeah,
They
old
knew what
engine
they were doing.
face over there is
Right.
a total ripoff.
It's a total ripoff, you know. But it's like a conversation we were having the other day. Like, I think we're at a point in gaming where you can't just take these little bits and pieces of things and put them into your game and be like, okay, we're fans of this movie.
Yeah.
And so for us, we're paying tribute, blah, 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 right? But now everything visually is so one-to-one with that original. Like, there's no wall dividing it anymore. It's just plagiarism.
Is. Yeah,
it's like you
just
just
straight up plagiarism.
Yeah, it's like you just took that scene and put it in here. It's like
that was
okay.
just obvious. Guys.
It was. If it was like a 2D game, something like PlayStation era, then it wouldn't have been so much of a problem because it doesn't actually have that same realism. It doesn't have that exact same flow and style.
Yeah,
but
games nowadays, I mean, like the graphics are so good, you can't just get away with that kind of shit.
You can't just make it
It's
kind of
like,
look like that
well,
actor.
What is
Can't
that?
just-
What is it? Shinobi had Batman and Spider-Man.
Exactly. Nobody's mad about it.
Nobody's mad about that shit. You can't do that shit no more.
They did have to change it. They did end up having to
eventually.
change it. But I have the old cartridge where it actually has the
Oh,
OG
you do?
Batman and Spider-Man. Yes, I do.
Dude, that's
Yes,
awesome.
I do.
Nice.
Because they ended up changing it. Actually, they actually gave Batman bat wings at one point.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
flying around
absolutely.
So he became Man-Bat?
Yes, a very sexy man bat.
Yeah.
Man bat ain't sexy. But.
No.
Ooh boy, man bat.
So this
Look
is
out, ladies. Here
potentially
here it comes.
Man-Bat.
It's kind of like a mermaid, reverse mermaid.
Oh, yeah.
Like
the fish on top.
Yeah.
Well, how else did you think this was gonna work?
Starfield potentially isn't coming to PS5 or PlayStation platforms. I imagine this is just a next-gen title. I don't see them bothering to release on
Do you
last
think it
gens.
might be just like a timed exclusive? Like maybe it'll come out eventually?
That's more likely.
Yeah.
Microsoft's about money, man. And Microsoft also understands that they're not necessarily winning this console race.
Oh, yeah.
But software is,
Mm-hmm.
that's their focus.
Yeah,
It's like, okay,
absolutely.
games as a service, that's their focus.
Oh,
And
yeah.
So with this acquisition of Bethesda, I still see a lot of those Bethesda titles coming to other platforms because it just means more money for the M.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I like to. I mean, I still hold reservations. I mean, they have to have exclusives. So, Well, that would be a good one to have.
That'd be a huge exclusive.
That would be a good one to have. Yeah, absolutely.
And so I'm actually gonna skip that one because this works with it. Starfield would be coming to Xbox and PC, and at this point, Sony's pretty much showing their dedication that for their exclusives, they're potentially going to be releasing them on PlayStation and PC. So again, this is one of those situations where PC's getting the best of both worlds here.
Always.
Yeah.
Because we're getting the new God of War, or God of War 4, God of War 2018.
God of 4.
I guess God of 4, yes, God of 4.
Dad of War.
I guess it's like God of War 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7.
Look, man,
I
I think it's obvious that the game industry doesn't know how to count.
No.
At all.
Well, that's why Capcom usually stops at 2, and they really probably should just go back to that method.
That model.
Yeah, just go back.
Most
no
of
more
the
Street Fighter
threes
5,
are
6.
Yeah.
Go back to Street Fighter 2 15th Impact.
Yeah.
15.
35th verse.
Oh, great.
So another one. This is weird. Crunchyroll.
Oh yeah.
Crunchyroll's taking a bunch of stuff
They're
off.
they're dropping what was it like almost 18 different shows. I actually have a list, so I'll run through those real quick in case if anybody like has Crunchyroll and these are like
God,
these
you're
are
really gonna
show.
do this? Oh
Yeah,
man, okay.
I'm absolutely
all right.
doing this.
Oh
okay.
man.
So
if I hear one name, there's one name, and it better not be on that list. Okay.
let's cross our fingers. Classroom Crisis, Daybreak Illusion, Do Ra Ra Ra, Do Ra 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 X2, Do Ra 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 X2 the second arc, Do Ra 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 X2 the third arc, High School Fleet, I Always Liked You, let's see, Occult Academy, Read or Die. I don't know if that's the series or the OVA. I assume that's the OVA, which sucks because the OVA is awesome.
Yeah.
Silver Spoon, which again sucks for me because
that based on the old '80s sitcom?
yeah.
Silver Spoon. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Why don't we have that? Where's my like Malcolm in the Middle?
Anime.
God.
Oh man,
Dude.
So lit.
Anime Urkel. Think about Anime Urkel.
God, that'd be
Third
so
Rock
good.
from the Sun anime.
Yes.
You know what? I'd even watch a Seinfeld
I
anime.
think the closest, absolutely, no question.
Kramer as anime.
Man.
Oh my god,
dude,
coming in so wacky.
Yeah.
So good.
I think the closest we got was like Bobby's World.
Oh yeah, yeah. But okay, so Samurai Flamencos going away.
Wait. Samurai Flamencos or
Samurai
Flamingos?
Flamencos.
So we're flamenco players.
Yeah, as samurai.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Take note of that.
You're gonna take notes. We gotta look up some flamenco.
Yeah.
I gotta see where this is going.
The Samurai Flamencos is actually pretty good. It's
You seen it?
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's super. I won't say anything.
Scott.
We'll talk about it later on. Yo.
Stop touching your cable.
Stop
touching your cable.
Okay, I'm done.
Stop it.
All right. So continuing on, the moment you fall in love, vivid Orion, world conquest Zeded plot, Wagaria 2 and Wagaria 3.
This is
You
great.
did a great job, man.
This is
Yeah, I did
that
so
was
good.
amazing, dude.
Nailed it.
Just look, man. Look, if I can't pronounce something, I just smash through it. Just keep going. Constantly move forward.
I love it.
Something's up with your mic.
Oh, is it?
Yes, something's up with your
Something's
mic.
popping.
So-
Something is popping. I don't know
Okay.
whether it's you keep hitting it. What's going on with that?
Okay.
Something
Does that do? Hey,
Maybe that-
hey.
Maybe we got some junk in here. Sorry,
yeah.
guys.
We got
Technical.
Dusty Knobs.
Dusty Knobs.
Yeah.
Dusty Bazongas over here.
Dusty Bazongas.
That'd be a good porn name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try it
Hey, can you hear me? Is that better?
I got dusty knobs, guys.
Okay, let's not do that anymore. I'm gonna try to
he's
make
touching it.
Stop touching dusty knobs.
We're very sorry.
That was.
I think Dusty Knobs
should be touched.
Is
to be
touched.
touched.
Touch Dusty Knobs
Because it's so dusty. You gotta clean that dust off, man. You gotta
It's like Ashy Larry.
Yeah.
A little bit.
He's like, dude,
He blows on the dice. And
Oh my God. Yes.
bought this baby straight cash. That's my favorite shit from that.
the world's richest man.
Tron? Is that your name?
Yes, man.
Tron?
Bought that baby cash.
God, that's great.
So,
All right, so yeah. So that was it, guys. If sorry if you liked any of those.
Why are
shows.
you touching the
God,
frickin'
because
knobs?
Scott's too loud. Because Scott's too loud. That's why.
I'm sorry if you guys liked any of those shows, but yeah, they're going away, and and I know for a fact that you can find them other places.
I gotta do some shit. Sorry, guys.
All right.
I gotta do something. I gotta turn you down.
Just real quick. Eventually, we'll fix this. Hey, is this better? That sounds better to me. Hey.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to watch out about being too close to it.
Yeah, it's all right. I've already backed up off the mic.
Yeah.
So that works.
I got it a little bit hotter.
Okay.
Ooh, it's a hot mic.
Hot
It's a hot mic.
Yeah. That sounds like it's
Much better.
much better.
Much better now.
Sorry,
Okay.
guys. Dusty knobs. I'll clean it. I'll clean my knobs.
Eventually.
Okay. We will clean our knobs.
Wow. This is a very different show than I.
Weren't planning on that.
Yeah.
So,
Dirty D and Scott G.
That's right.
the dirty D.
Dirty D.
Yeah, Dune's coming out digitally.
Is that a segue?
That was my segue.
That's
right
a
there.
great.
Yeah. So
Thinking about Dusty now. Speaking of dust.
it's
Yeah.
a dusty planet
Right.
that they mine spice,
There's
and
so much sand and it gets everywhere.
everybody needs
Anakin
that spice.
hates
Every
that.
You gotta have your spice.
His name's Annie.
Oh, sorry,
Right.
Annie.
Annie hates
Come on,
it. Oh,
Annie hates sand.
You know, that's probably why he just went berserk for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like people still probably threw Annie at him every once in a while.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
You have that aunt that's just like, oh Annie.
No.
Like, oh.
I gotta go kill some sand
Of
people.
course, you're right.
You know I hate it when you call me that.
You ever see that meme of Anakin out in the field? And they're like, you remember that time that, here's the picture of Anakin crushing younglings with
Oh.
him, drinking younglings, and he's just
Wow.
like smack, drinking a whole bunch of younglings. That's the most ridiculous thing ever, dude.
That's
great.
good.
Oh,
That's
dude,
good.
God, they're never gonna invite me back.
No, man.
Oh man,
That's
you know what we would totally invite back though? An Ava Tamagotchi. Would
Oh boy.
Absolutely.
I actually do kind of want one of these.
What's up with that? Tamagotchis are back and they're Evangelion? Like
Mhm.
seriously?
Yeah.
Is that what
so
happened?
so
Awesome,
basically
man.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
I
an
think so.
It's like an Oscar Langley and like
and
a
a Ray, and there's
and
a
then-
yeah.
yeah.
Wait. So it's not the Avas themselves.
No.
It's the waifus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you get
Sorry,
to take
I
care
wasn't-
of your
I
waifu.
wasn't-
Oh, I wasn't ready.
Don't
for that.
forget
No,
to
it's
feed your
not.
Okay,
waifu.
so you have to feed it. What else do you have to do to it?
You don't
How
wanna
many
know.
commands do we have?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Do you have to clean up? Do you have to clean up their poop?
So you gotta
like,
clean
had
all
to do
those
that with
dusty
the other
knobs.
ones. That's actually what it's for, is for you to clean your dusty knob. That's the whole reason they give you this tiny waifu for your pocket. Little pocket waifus.
I wonder if it's still that like LED screen or
Yeah.
whatever.
No, it
Oh,
looks just
really?
as shitty as the ones in the
Oh, my
90s. They
God.
did not update the Tamagotchi.
I want
It's
these.
a fucking Tamagotchi.
I want these so bad.
They're on Amazon.
Oh,
I almost
really?
bought one.
Dude.
Just buy them all and have a harem.
Yeah, exactly. I carry them around on my keychain.
Yeah.
You know? This is my harem.
Oh, attached to my hip.
Attached
Yeah,
to
but
my
you got to
hip.
put it on a backpack. That's the
Oh.
thing. You got to be real Japanese. You got to have it all on the back.
That'd be a fanny pack.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
you're
there
right.
you go.
Yeah.
Or just attached to your cell phone, right?
Oh, yeah,
That's
yes.
that's the way to do it. Yeah. So.
We're not roasting the Japanese culture.
No.
No, not at all. No. What'd you guys think about this fucking PSN betting situation? This is weird.
Yeah, you were telling me about this yesterday.
Yeah.
That feels like a very slippery slope.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, with all the controversy with like loot box and gambling and games, this really doesn't seem like a good idea overall, especially like from a PR perspective. I mean, this just
it seems like a good way to get individual states involved.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
especially like here in the Americas where gambling is one of those big taboo topics. Here in Birmingham, Alabama, especially.
Yeah.
So I think that if they want some litigation, then go for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is going to be great. It's going to start off great, and eventually end in disaster.
Well, at the same time, I mean, like they're gonna have to regulate themselves.
Yeah.
Like. Unless
especially for age restriction.
Yeah,
because I don't understand how that's
the big thing.
Oops,
it's like how are you going to control who is playing that system
they're not going to.
They're not going to be. Yeah. Oh no, they're not.
I mean, and until people lose thousands of dollars, that is going to force them to have to kind of lock things down a little bit tighter. I really want to see where it goes because I don't see it ending well.
No. Well, it's one of those things that's like, it's kind of like it's a dumpster fire on top of a train crash, So it it feels like it would be one of those things that like, it's a bad idea, but you can't not watch it happen,
absolutely. Or participate. I mean, I'll give it a shot. Like, what
at least try it once.
Yeah, what are we playing? We're gonna play some.
Well, that's connected to Evo, isn't it? Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens in the future.
Mom says hi.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Nice.
Love you.
I just think it's they're asking for trouble. They're asking to get sued. They're asking to, you know what I mean? I liked the idea that Sony bought Evo because that's cool. Maybe
it needed to happen.
It needed some money behind it. It really did. And it didn't need the Russian mafia money behind it.
Right. I mean, that was amazing, man. Like, and it's so funny because I would watch those WePlay tournaments. I'm a huge Tekken 7 fan.
Oh, absolutely.
And so, like, I watched those tournaments, and it was funny, so funny because they actually brought in Arslan Ash. Which is, I mean, just arguably the best. Actually, unarguably, this man dominates in Tekken 7. He's from Pakistan. You would never know Pakistan stand up. They dominate the Tekken scene.
That's
They're killing
crazy.
It.
Wow.
Yeah, Korea hates it. But, I watched him come in and just, like, stomp all over all these guys. And there were some really good matches in there, seriously.
Oh, yeah.
But, you see
who does he play?
A beast like that in the room. He plays Zafina.
Okay.
Yeah, and so you just got to watch the man in action. But, you see him coming, and that's like a $150,000 tournament. So it's like, wow, that dude's going to be $150,000 richer just from coming and playing a little Tekken, right?
Yeah.
And so
one of those guys that, like, as soon as he shows up, everybody's just like,
well, if I can get a couple of rounds on him, then hey,
maybe I can get second.
Right, maybe so. But it's interesting. Like, the whole time I'm watching, and I'm like, wow, they're just giving this dude all this money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, where is this money coming from? Because I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, maybe Namco's putting it up, but I strongly doubt that.
I was about to say, there's no way that would be solely entry fees.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, like Tekken World Tournaments where all of their money goes. And
right.
So I'm like, what's happening
whose
here?
money is this?
Right. And then they're like, okay, well, here we go. NRS fighters as well. 150,000. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
So some multimillionaire somewhere loves fighters. That don't make no goddamn sense. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But that don't make any sense, like, seriously. And Russian mafia.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. So
well, answered that question.
Yeah, right. It's like, okay.
Didn't you say that, like, the guy that was the host of the show, like, he was being super aggressive?
Like, man, he was always like talking to these guys and trying to get them to, like, kind of talk smack against one another.
Right.
Of course, all their intro segments were them, like, on punching bags and stuff. And dude, come on, dude. You see these guys? They're like a buck 10 wet, And it's just like, he's like, okay, now put up your dukes, put up your fists, and they're just like. They
fight like George Clooney from Oh Brother.
This is how I fight.
Exactly. It's like, okay, all right, put up your dukes. They just like fall into like a fetal position. But he would go up to him and be like, oh well, what do you feel about? Now this guy is probably about about 6'5", 6'6", all right, maybe about 245, jacked,
Yeah.
face tats, and I'm like, bro, like what is this? And so he's talking to these guys.
This dude's a monster.
I mean,
Stars on his knees, huh?
I mean, for real, teardrop tats.
Yeah, that's right.
And so
for each motherfucker I've killed.
Right. In Tekken.
Yeah.
I mean instant kill. I'm sorry. I mean,
yeah. And so he would go to one guy. He's just like, okay, well, this guy over here, he's won several tournaments. What are you gonna do about him? And the guy'd be like, well, I've played matches with him in the past, and we have always been good friends. So I will try my best.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he would just kind of look a little disappointed, go over to the other guy. He's like, well, this guy thinks it'll be an easy win. What do you think? And he's like, well, it won't be easy, but it might be hard. I don't know. I'm just going to try my best. Like it's not that, guys. Like we don't have to try to make these
this
guys
is the world
guys.
of good game now.
Exactly.
This is
world of GGs.
Yeah, man. We actually shake hands with each other now at Evo.
Absolutely.
Like it's not as salty as it used to be.
Two of those guys were old roommates, dude.
See, that's
so
what I'm
after
saying.
the match,
Yeah, they knew
after
each
the match,
other.
they were trying to hype everything up. These guys just started talking to one another and just walked off. Like,
nice.
I don't know what's up with that guy. We're cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's go play some more Tekken.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The new Time Splitters. What'd you guys think about that?
I never played Time Splitters.
Yeah, I didn't either,
Yeah.
so I don't think much about it.
I just never liked it. I never liked it. I always said the gunplay was really kind of shitty. Now, the problem for me in that era, is that I was playing a lot of PC FPSs.
Oh yeah,
and so
you were
like
just
by
kind of
comparison, it's just wasn't there, right?
Right.
But the question is, do we need it?
Yeah.
The answer could be yes, because they could do some really cool things with time manipulation.
Well, I think they could definitely improve on the foundations that the first game started. Potentially.
Who remembers? Like in this case, all right, neither one of you have played it.
Yeah.
And most cases, most of us don't remember time splitters. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
No.
Unless they're like in their 30s. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So,
I mean, it might have.
And
a
it was
cult
still kind of
following.
niche at the time.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. And so it's like, who are you aiming this at?
Yeah.
I feel like the GoldenEye crowd really liked Time Splitters.
Well, 'cause
Oh
they didn't
yeah,
have
yeah.
another
I have heard a
They
lot
had
of
that.
GoldenEye
They had
fans.
GoldenEye.
Yeah.
They had Perfect Dark. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like what else?
Yeah.
What you got?
Yeah.
They had Quake. And so I think that it's interesting. Now, the truth of the matter is that it is an IP.
Yeah.
So, and it's harder and harder and harder to come up with some really cool, unique IPs currently. So, a
And
lot
it's
of
the
people,
original team working on it.
Right,
So
right.
that's
A
cool.
lot of people, Capcom is doing that a lot. You know,
Yeah.
kind of going back through their previous portfolios.
Yeah.
And going, okay, what have we kind of put to the side? What have we
Darkstalkers.
allowed to die? Well, they tried that. It just
Oh
didn't-
yeah.
They tried. Nobody cared.
Yeah.
You know, they really did, and nobody cared.
I feel like that wasn't a man. I'm just
Power Stone.
that was not a
Power Stone.
re-releasing the old games is not them trying. I'm sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
Like,
what
that's
they're
not
doing
them
is
trying.
testing the waters. It's like how many people? Because the
But-
best thing, okay, in this renaissance of fighting games that we're living in right now, most of us are gonna buy it. Like it's like here's this bit of nostalgia. All right, here's Vampire Savior. I'm gonna pick it up. Now, will I play it more than once or twice? Maybe, maybe not.
Just depends.
But
Yeah.
I want to see Weitzel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Weitzel.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I think that right now a lot of companies are focusing on monetizing nostalgia.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's
the
just
name of
across
the
the
game.
board in media, period.
Right.
at this
Yes,
point. Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. That's where the money is. And if you can get those people who remembered it fondly as
You can
children
get-
to get
if you
their
can-
kids hooked onto it,
Oh,
then
yeah.
all of a sudden we've bought 20 years of longevity.
Yeah.
You know? And so
Yeah. I guess I think the problem with Darkstalkers is, though, that they went with a really weird format for the old games in that they split the characters up.
Right.
Like, you get this game and it has these characters. You get this game, it has these characters. And what we really wanted is just one game with all of the characters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know? And if they had just done that, if they just made, even if it was a 2D game using the same assets and just made it a newer one that
Right.
had all the fucking characters in it, that would have been enough to make people buy it, I think.
Yeah.
But instead, they just re-released the same thing.
Yeah, they would
You know?
really need to
Low effort.
overhaul that engine in
Yeah.
order
Oh,
to make
completely.
Darkstalkers pop. It's kind of like when you were talking about early Bloody Roar.
Yeah.
You know, like a game like that. Like if you made Darkstalkers more similar in style to like a Bloody Roar, where you know you have your base character, they can do all their shit, but then they can go into an overdrive where all of a sudden Dimitri goes like mega vampire on your ass. You know
well, what if they?
one attack.
Yeah. Well, what if they did kind of like the way they're doing the Guilty Gears now, like an Arc System Works kind of style,
right?
You know, kind of thing.
The 3D, but still like a 2D fighter.
Yeah, 3D, but still 2D.
I mean, I'd be fine with that. I'd be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I think that actually, as I was checking out that Night Warriors, that's what it's called. Yeah.
Which we'll get into eventually. Yeah.
I was thinking about Dimitri's demon form. It looks a lot like Dragon Install.
Yeah, it does.
Looks a lot like.
I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
You know? So,
but
you might as well. I mean, you're plagiarizing anyway, Captain.
Yeah,
might as well. Just go ahead, dude. Rock that shit.
Well, I mean, we might as well just get into that. Actually,
let's go, payday.
I'm not worried about these other two. One of them's a Jay and Silent Bob game. Just what? That's
you know, like, I will say that Scott Pilgrim versus the World was very good.
No, that was a good game.
That was a good game,
and very good.
Yeah, and now you can actually play it.
Right
now,
they did re-release it on.
Yeah, they did re-release it. Yeah,
cool.
I think it's on PC, and I think it's across the board at this point.
Yeah, that's one that run on anything.
Yeah,
so there's no reason not to. You know.
Yeah.
And then the last bit of news: Henry Cavill is the new Highlander. He's the new Connor McLeod.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Well, so who's going to be Kurgan?
From Christopher Lambert, you know
what
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, so who's a good Kurgan?
I don't know.
Tom Hardy.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh, dude. Fuck. Dude, you know what?
I'm still so mad that Brock Lesnar never
Batista,
played
what you talking about?
Venom. I always felt like Brock
God.
Lesnar was the perfect Eddie Brock.
Absolutely.
He is the perfect Eddie Brock, all right? And he can act enough to be on WWE.
To be Eddie Brock.
And
it was Topher Grace.
It was Topher Grace.
Yay.
I'm like, dude, this dude looks just like Eddie Brock. He is jacked. You know?
Look at his neck. Look how thick his neck is.
What neck? Right? That's it. That's it. You know what? That should have been it.
He just has a head on top of bicep.
Topher comes in to audition, and you go up, you look, see a neck?
No neck.
Next.
No.
Yeah,
no
exactly.
neck. We need
Get
no
out of
neck.
here.
Move on.
Yeah, for real.
No neck.
The neck ain't right.
The neck ain't right. The only neck I'll allow is this. I just want that.
Yeah,
big,
just two bumps on either side.
You know, if the Mountain spoke good English, he'd be pretty good.
There we go.
Or maybe even as the Juggernaut, actually. Mountain might be a good Juggernaut.
He'd be great.
Although I liked the Juggernaut a lot, the digital one in, what was it, Deadpool 2?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was cool.
Really good.
Yeah. That's the best Juggernaut I've seen. Because the one that they did with Vinnie Jones sucked.
Oh, yeah,
Vinnie
it
Jones
was bad.
Yeah, he even said, bitch, I'm the Juggernaut.
Right, the Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah.
When you're when you're writing memes into your script, that's just fucking lazy.
Yeah, they're like,
Stop that shit.
We need laughs, guys. So I think they said something about the Juggernaut being a bitch or something. I don't know. Just
write it
Just
down.
put it in there. Just
Is the Juggernaut the bitch? Or is the other one the bitch? I'm not sure.
I think they're all bitches.
I think I caught.
I think everyone's a bitch in this
Oh,
situation.
yeah,
I
so
think I understand this now. So
I'm the Juggernaut bitch. No. Juggernaut pause bitch. Oh, I'm the
Yeah.
Juggernaut pause bitch. No.
No,
God damn it.
comma. Okay, there's a comma there.
There's a comma there.
How much of this do we have to go through?
Every time with this guy.
So
How long am I gonna be stuck in this floor?
I'm gonna get right back. Oh, dude, yeah, he was totally stuck in the floor. I want to get right back to talking about Darkstalkers, because before we talk about the games and movies, I have this theory that potentially Darkstalkers might actually be like the first anime fighter. Did it come out before Guilty Gear?
You were talking about this. It definitely.
now-
I'm sure it definitely came out before Guilty Gear.
Darkstalkers?
Yeah, that's the thing. I
Night Warriors was in what, like 92?
and I think the first Guilty Gear came out after that. Now, I didn't look these numbers up, but I started thinking about it, and I'm like,
that's worth checking into.
Street Fighter Alpha, and Darkstalkers are very anime, and don't get me wrong, they're not what the tenets of modern anime fighters are. They don't have a lot of the modern mechanics. They don't have air dash and all that. But especially out of the two of those, I mean, Darkstalkers is as close as a game had been at that point.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, and it really leaned into the like anime aesthetic a little bit more than a lot of the fighters had at that time.
Here's an interesting fact: Guilty Gear actually came out in '98. God, I feel so.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
Man.
I'm telling you.
God, I feel
So does that
old.
mean
It
that
seems
Street
like
Fighter Alpha and Darkstalkers are technically the first 2 anime fighters, or maybe even X-Men versus Street Fighter?
No,
almost.
No, it would be Night Warriors and the Alpha series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it would, dude.
Because those would be like kind of proto. Because those are the ones that kind of started a lot of the like specific like aesthetics and like mechanics and the way that the characters move. They're very incredibly animated,
Right?
You know,
With that animation and then just that art style, you know,
Right.
like
Exactly.
oversized hands and feet, you know.
Hey, you know what's weird? Senko has normal arms.
Yeah.
She has regular arms,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
those are just her sleeves.
Yeah.
That makes less sense to me than
She's
her
a
having
spirit.
big ass arms.
She's dead.
But what? I don't know.
She's
Whatever.
dead. I mean, that's the whole thing.
Whatever.
She's dead. So now I did always think that maybe her arms were just super long.
I just
and
thought she had big ass arms.
Yeah, right.
You know?
It was called-
she does have some buff regular arms though.
She does.
Yeah.
Never wiped her ass a day in her life. Well, I guess she does. Did she
would
not
hurt.
Did she not have a wind pose at one point where she brought out her normal arms? I thought that. Maybe
I
in
thought she
Vampire
did
Savior,
too.
I thought
yeah.
that she did have a
If
wind
that
pose.
Yeah, I'm about
happened,
to
I
say,
don't know.
I kind of remember that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I played a lot of Senko.
Yeah. Senko's awesome, dude.
Zinko's great,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
and she's
yeah.
great
With
in the
spike balls
anime,
on you.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so you guys actually, since we're already talking about this,
Yeah,
do you guys want to
we're here.
get into the anime?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All
Let's
right,
get into
so-
it. We'll
so-
start with the
we'll
one
s-
that I consider the best out of this
Okay,
lot.
I was
don't know,
actually
man.
just
The Fatal
about to
Fury was pretty good. but-
Fatal Fury
but
did watch it good.
I only
'cause
watched
Fatal
half of it.
Fury, Oh, Fatal Fury's the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's great.
So
it was awesome.
so it's
really good, dude. Like
it's-
Andy Bogart coming in to fight. What was the big bad?
oh, dude, Krauser
Well, it was Wolfgang Krauser, but I thought it was another guy that was trying to get
in
the
the
armor
first.
of Mars.
Oh, okay. I can't remember that dude's name.
Because he came in and
yeah.
the dude was attacking Mai Shiranui, kidnapped the girl that they needed, who was a piece of the
Sulia.
armor, Sulia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he ends up trying to attack Mai, and then she's like, Terry, Andy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Andy's on top of that building looking like a bad man, you know? And dude, and I love how, look, we're not talking Fatal Fury so much, but I love how they're really true. They remain true
Super.
to all of the characters' movements.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Man, he hit that
Yeah.
burn knuckle,
Oh, boy,
and Krauser
dude.
caught it, and
Yeah.
then the power goes through his fist and makes a hole in the wall. I was
Right.
like,
when,
yeah.
when he hits that that power geyser on
dude.
him, you know,
Oh.
because like at first he tries the power wave, boom, power wave,
Yeah.
and then you know Sulia comes and blocks him because
Yeah.
it fails, and then he's just like, Sulia, when I tell you get out the way, girl,
Man, when I tell- bitch,
no,
when
I
you
tell you
get out the
move,
way-
move, and he's like, okay, now, and she dives to the side, and then he goes power geyser, and then he just
dude.
blows up the whole building.
Yeah.
I'm like, Sulia's dead, bro.
Yeah, about to say, how was she supposed to get out of the way of that?
For real, it's like, well, when I say get out of the way, I meant jump off of the roof.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like-
That's
So-
sorry, man. I didn't put that together, Terry.
So not to go too granularly into that movie, but it's awesome.
It's great.
It's awesome.
Dude, all three
think
of the
that's
Fatal Fury, like the OVA, which let me get my notes up. The OVA, Fatal Fury: Legend of the Hungry Wolf.
Yes.
Came out in 1992, and then there was another. I don't know if this was feature, but it's definitely. I think it's more another OVA. So Fatal Fury 2: The New Battle in 1993. That's the one with Krauser. And then the third one, which is the one you're talking about, which is Fatal Fury: The Motion Picture.
yes.
Yeah, which let's see, actually came out in 1994. So I mean, these are like back to
Man.
back each year.
Dude.
What is his name? Fuck, the guy who directed it is Obari.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You were telling me that earlier.
Yeah, Obari. And dude, Obari is so. He's just so good. Like you were saying, like they were so accurate with the moves
You can
and
tell
stuff
they
like that.
actually like played the game.
Absolutely, and he's
and
just
that
so
they actually
good at directing like a fighting game anime and not making it too like over the top to where you can't like follow shit.
Yeah.
And like I mean, to me, because of him, that's why I feel like the Fatal Fury like trilogy are the best of like that that genre.
Okay.
Because
of the fighter anime genre.
Yeah. Well, and two, it's not even that he's so accurate with the moves. It's just like every hit, every kick, all of it just looks so fluid, and like you feel it whenever somebody hits something. And like I love it that every single time somebody gets knocked into a wall, it just concaves.
Yeah, right.
Like it's so powerful. It's like, man. Good shit.
So Fatal Fury.
I love this one scene in Fatal Fury the motion picture. They're sitting out by the pool. It's Mai Shiranui and the other girl, and they're just kind of, oh, boys are cute, you know, and like. And then all of a sudden the bad guys drop in on him, and Mai just like runs up, she rips her fucking clothes off, changes into her thing, and then just elbows right into the motherfucker.
They always have their full costume.
That's my girl.
They always have their full costume on under whatever they're wearing. Yeah,
absolutely.
Completely ready. Like you were wearing a two-piece bikini before. I don't know how that works.
Shut up.
Don't think too hard about it. Look, just let it go. It's awesome.
Yeah. I kind of wish that they do like a Mark of the Wolves one. You know what I mean? Yeah, because Garo is awesome. I mean, you know,
absolutely.
Like I was really expecting see like Rock. Maybe, but I think these are too early for that. These are too early for that. Yeah, exactly.
And then there was that lull.
Because I mean, this came out right when the game, as the games actually started picking up speed, and all three of these actually came.
94, 90. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was like 91, 92 when the first game came out.
Yeah, so
roughly.
It was really like right before King of Fighters started banging.
That's
going.
When,
it was back with Art of Fighting.
Yeah.
Back with before King of Fighters. Yes.
I was looking for Toto on there, man. There wasn't no Toto.
Wait, what are you talking about?
From Fatal Fury. I was hoping Toto was in there, man.
Just like, why do we make believe?
Or the dog.
Where's Toto?
You know, I'm just like,
where's my puppy dog?
I can shoot some up for you.
Right.
Bro.
Yeah, but I really like Toto, and is his daughter named Kasumi? I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and one
two.
last thing about Fatal Fury, only because it's just hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Did you notice that one part where Mai Shiranui ends up throwing the fan at the girl? Dude, well, the funniest thing is the fan doesn't quite open, but it just kind of annoys, like it hits her in the small of her back.
Yeah, and she's just like
ah.
Oh, dude, and she like just flies. Her clothes are like tissue paper on that one spot. They just.
That's a sharp fan.
It's so good. Okay. Dude, okay, so one more cool thing about Mai. So at some point, they're in like a nightclub.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And she just starts dancing on stage, and of course, all the guys are just like, you know.
Her boobs are never in sync. They always.
Oh, Jesus.
Jiggle physics
she, turns
is like.
This way and it's like.
Yeah. Obari loves.
Fan service.
He's a pervert.
Well, like that's the thing. It's just like if you know anything, he's.
Try to make it sound nice.
I mean,
hey, man, dude, that old man comes straight up and just goes boink, 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 boink right on her, man.
Yeah.
And then she beats his ass, but still, you know.
But no, she's dancing in the club, and then the dude who's like all vain, he's like, I'm the most beautiful person, blah blah blah, with the mask. I can't remember his fucking name.
Yeah.
But he like jumps down. He's just like, oh my lady, you don't need to quit dancing. And she's just like, well, why would I dance for anybody that's wearing a mask? And he's just like, as you wish, you know. And she's just like, oh my god. You're gorgeous, but you're not as cute as Andy.
Right.
And I'm like,
not as
that's
cute
my
as Andy.
girl. Fucking
right.
loyal.
And Andy's my dude. So.
But she's also loyal to Andy, and Andy's like, bitch, get off my.
Yeah, I know. Andy ain't even looking at her, man.
For real, man.
Man, I got to train.
Why are you always here?
I got a bunch of water to take up a mountain. I got so much shit to do.
You know, it's kind of funny, man. Mai just kind of pops up with like random babies on him.
Yeah.
You know, like, she'll just roll up on him with a baby. I'm like, where'd you get that baby? Firstly, then secondly,
who
what
let
did
you
do
borrow
with the
a
baby? Because all of a sudden now you're fighting.
Yeah. Now she just threw it
where's
over her
the
shoulder.
Stashed it in a bush.
Right, didn't work.
I'll come back to the baby. It's okay. I just left it in the car. It's fine, guys.
Right.
Comes back, checks the bush.
Oh,
like,
shit.
I don't know where he went. Left. Turns out it was the wrong bush.
Yeah.
So
guess the raccoons got it.
Yeah.
We got another one.
Nice. So I guess last thing on the Fatal Fury trilogy. The very last song at the end of the motion picture. I love when that still frame comes up because it's just Terry and he's just throwing his hat and it's just, angel.
Oh, dude.
And it's just this huge fucking 80s ballad and it's just love that shit. That's how you do a freeze frame, guys.
And
right there
Terry with his hat, man.
Film students,
that's always
take
the
notes.
best. I love that.
Yeah.
A friend of mine used to have one of those Fatal Fury hats.
Oh, he had Terry Bogart's?
Yeah, dude, he won it at a I think it was a Tekken tournament actually. Funny enough.
I don't wear caps well, but I'd wear that one.
Well, I said I wish we had Terry's hats. That way we could just throw it off at the end of the podcast.
That'd be good.
Hey, is it Ken that catches his hat? Is it Ken that catches his hat in Capcom K2?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he throws the hat, and Ken catches it.
Nice.
Well, I thought no. Ken throws his hat and Terry
catches it and puts it on. That's totally what it is.
Yeah.
You're right.
God, CVS.
Yeah, because you know they'd be buddies. You know they'd be riding around in Corvette.
Oh yeah, boy.
Hitting the town.
In the town, not hollering at the ladies.
Not hollering at the ladies. You know, talking about their muscles.
Yeah.
Talking about them.
Okay, so it's funny you said they weren't hollering at the ladies because there's whole thing that Mai says about Terry is just he's he's afraid that if he falls in love with somebody that they'll die, and I'm just like, well, I mean, he's not wrong. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, right.
Terry, your odds aren't great.
It's not looking good.
It's like
he's got a tragic life.
As soon as he gets married, and then he tries to put her on that insurance, then they're like, hey, that premium, man. I don't know if you're gonna be able to. You better have a lot of fight money.
Hey, come on.
Right.
Come on.
Give me the insurance.
But you, before we got on the Fatal Fury thing, Night Warriors, Darkstalker's Revenge, released, it was a mini-series. It was an OVA series.
4 episodes.
Yeah, 4 episodes released from 1997 to 1998.
Solid.
And this was your first time watching it. Have you seen this one yet?
I saw that a long time ago. Yeah.
It's solid, man.
I do love it. I have one problem.
What was the premise? Okay, no, good.
I have one problem with it.
Okay.
What's his name? The vampire slayer dude.
Donovan.
Donovan.
Yeah.
Donovan is fucking boring.
Yeah, but he's a monk. He's a monk, though.
Yeah.
Every single time he opens his mouth, my eyes just like.
It's like,
well, Donovan's he's a man of few words.
He's a man of few words, but he also
not in this.
He also
in this show. He's constantly fucking waxing philosophical, and it's just like shut the fuck up.
He uses his sword as a surfboard. So what you think of that shit?
He does use his sword as a surfboard, so I guess I can give it a few extra points.
I'm sorry,
that's
negates
what I'm talking
right
about.
Yeah.
That's what makes Fatal Fury so good as an anime. Because even when they get ridiculous, they still try to not embarrass these fucking characters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why you surfing?
Why you surfing on your
sword,
man? Come on. Also,
I
have to totally deduct a shit ton of points from this for not having BB Hood in it.
Oh yeah.
Come on, guys. That and there's a scene when Pyron first comes down. It's like Pyron comes down and immediately he kills a snowman.
Dude, he wipes out just many people that haven't even had a chance to do anything.
Pyron in that lore, he's like the ultimate power.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah. But I would just have liked to seen an actual Anacharis fight. That's all I'm saying. Because Anacharis just gets stomped.
Well, you want those fucking snake arms.
I want to see him sarcophagus at somebody. Yeah. You know, I want to see him do the fucking He does shake you up, doesn't he? He does. He shake you up. That'd be awesome if there was a scene where he was a bartender and he was shaking a.
But who would Anacharis defeat?
Oh yeah, that's a solid point.
Yeah, I mean, thinking about their character base.
Did they just throw out the low tier characters? Is that what they did? They were just
you got John Talbane, and he'll just nunchuck him to death.
Man,
right?
Which he didn't use his nunchucks in the whole thing, dude.
Yeah, he just kind of runs up on some. He just kind of runs up on some of the robots.
And then what's his name? What's the skeleton Raptor.
Raptor.
Dude,
Dude,
Raptor's
Lord
I
awesome.
love that.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
you going?
Yeah.
Don't you want to buy a T-shirt?
It's
Love
great.
Raptor.
It's great,
Yeah,
dude.
he's the shit.
Felicia's pretty cool.
I like Felicia in
You know,
this.
she's fine.
Yeah.
But really, Senko.
Senko kind of steals the show on
dude.
this. Yeah.
Oh, they do her probably the best. Well, her and Dimitri and Morgan, because
yeah,
Dimitri
they're-
and Morgan are just solid, man.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
overall,
love that
it's
first
good.
scene with Dimitri when he walks down. He's just like, "Thank you for serving me so well. I will give you the gift of death," and then just rips into all these motherfucking peasants and,
And
shit.
there's all these-
that's
there's
the
all
thing,
these pictures of
Dimitri
him
isn't
like
even
this.
a villain.
And he looks like Nosferatu Zod.
Yeah.
In that lore, Dimitri wasn't a villain.
Well, I don't think he's necessarily a villain. He's just
a vampire,
but
and this is what I gotta
yeah,
do. I gotta
yeah.
kill y'all and
I
eat
gotta
you.
kill
Like,
you,
I gotta drink your
motherfuckers.
blood.
You know?
Well, it seems like
survives
they're
me.
really leaning on the idea that all of the Darkstalkers are technically monsters,
yeah.
and they're technically evil in
Yeah.
some
Right.
sense. They have the darkness in them.
They have the
but
darkness in 'em.
Senko makes this whole point about how just because you are from the dark side does not mean that you're bad.
Right.
And she's showing very clearly that Pyron, who is
Very bad.
the light, is bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that they're really trying to do that whole, mix up expectations kind of thing. You know.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
sometimes dark is the darkness
Dark can be light,
The
and
dark
light
can
can
be
be
light, and the
dark.
light can be
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
you
that whole
play
thing.
Bayonetta?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, man. Witch time. Which, by the way, I'll say that about Nier Automata real quick. I'm playing Nier Automata. You totally have the witch time dodge.
I'll take it.
Boy.
I'll
Yeah.
take it. Have you finished? Your
I haven't finished it. I played it for a little while. A lot of the quirks of that game kind of got on me a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all quirk.
It's-
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like quirk
yeah.
after quirk,
Quirk
after
after
quirk.
quirk,
It's
yeah,
just like, okay,
absolutely.
well, I'm playing a shmup. Wait, no, you're not. You're
Nope.
action adventure. It's like, okay, I'm playing an action adventure. It's like,
Now it's a
actually, no,
side
you're not.
scroller.
Right?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
like I really do feel I want to get back on it, but then like it's one of those things where just like other things that I'm at the time more interested in keep coming out.
It's
and I'm
also a
just
time
like,
commitment, man, because you
Yeah,
have to
that's
finish
the
the
thing.
game multiple times.
That's the thing.
Is
Yeah.
it like 4,
I thought it was like-
5?
I thought it was like 7.
Yeah, I think
I thought
it's
it was like 7.
it's
Why you tell me
it's
this?
a lot.
Why?
with credit sequence in between each one or some shit like that.
Something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
weird.
like,
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not looking forward to that. Anyway, back
I
to
mean, you will be.
our-
By the time the credits roll, I'm sure you'll be like, let's do
I
it
mean,
again.
I have played through Village 5 times
I'm
already.
just saying. You
So,
know?
so
Five.
before we get any
5
further
times.
into, because we're going to talk about a couple of different
We are.
fighting game anime before we get into the actual games. Are we ranking these?
I don't think we can. I
Oh,
think
really?
it's kind of hard to rank these.
A
man.
lot of
I mean,
these
we
are
can
kind-
definitely put the ones at the bottom. It's
Oh,
very
yeah.
obvious. Like,
Well,
let's go ahead and
some
talk
are
about
big.
Sam's show.
Yeah, let's talk
Yeah, a
about
lot of
Samurai
them aren't very
Showdown, the motion picture
It's so
released
bad.
in 1994. Oh, this is definitely the bottom of the list.
bottom.
Very bottom. This was so.
Sorry. Did not expect that.
Yeah, this was so stupid. And like I said to you, it looks like they took a just basic ass TV show and then cut it down to
Kinda-
a
they gave
feature
it a
length.
Super Mario 2 treatment, where it's like another game entirely. But then it's like, okay, well, we need a Super Mario 2, so
Yeah,
we're just gonna
well-
reskin this, put
well, it's-
Mario over the game itself, and now it's a
Well, they
Mario
used to
game.
do that a lot, especially in localizations,
Right.
because they did that with the Armitage the Third
Yeah.
OVA.
God,
they
Armitage, thank you for bringing that back.
yeah, dude,
Oh.
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
Always.
We were talking about the
Always.
intro
I
song.
fucking
for
love
that.
Armitage.
It's
I
so
love
good.
the OVA. I love the movie. I want more Armitage. But I felt like that was the case with this movie as well. It's like, but instead of taking it from a 4-episode OVA, they took it from maybe a 13 or 24 episode series, because in between each scene there seems to be a huge time gap for development for
Yeah.
all the characters.
Yeah, and that's what you told me going into it. This
Yeah.
was probably cut down from a bigger
But
thing,
it
so
wasn't.
give it that.
It was just a shitty TV
It's just
made for
bad.
TV movie.
There's no excuse
Yeah.
to it. It's not like it was something else. It is just
I don't
bad.
feel like they got. I don't feel like they really even got any of the fight choreography or any of the moves right, because it's not even I don't feel like they even did any moves for real. It's just like they charge up, they have either a red or blue flame around them, and then they go, ah, and then that's it. That's the scene.
I feel like that's one of the biggest pitfalls that a lot of fighting game anime end up falling into. It's like, because at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, why does this exist? And the answer is money. You know, it's
absolutely.
Like, all right, Street Fighter is very popular globally,
and there's
people love it. There's so
many
much.
fucking
So it's
anime,
like, okay, so we need to hit it. Here's another Street Fighter anime. Here comes Street Fighter V.
Hey, was V a series?
V was,
because you mentioned V. Okay.
V is a movie.
There was
maybe it was a short series.
Because I looked online.
I think it was a movie.
I couldn't find the movie, but I did find like a 26 episode series.
Maybe it. I thought it was a movie, but maybe it was a series. Maybe it was a series. Yeah, we should just take a look. I don't remember. I watched that shit like forever ago. But it was one of those situations where they take a lot of liberties with the characters, right? Like all of a sudden you got Balrog over here, and he's like working for Interpol, and it's like, excuse, like wait. What? You know, the M. Bison, like the original OG M. Bison who kept horseshoes in his gloves and got disqualified from boxing. He works for Interpol?
No.
Like, what's happening here? You know, and so I feel like for a lot of these anime fighting game adaptations, they're not.
Yeah, Street Fighter 2 V looks like a anime series.
Yeah, maybe it was a series.
Huh.
Yeah, Street Fighter 2 series, 29 episodes.
I watched 29 episodes of that. Jeez.
So what did you think of the other Street Fighter anime? Because I've seen the other ones, like the Street Fighter 2 movie.
Yeah, the Street Fighter 2 movie is the shit.
That one's good.
Street Fighter 2, very good.
It's
that shit slaps.
And they didn't even. And that's one of those anime that I feel like they do deviate from like characters' movesets and things like that. But their fights are still believable. They're still using that character's style.
Well, they're
of fighting,
impactful.
so it doesn't feel like
again, like Fatal Fury, you feel every punch.
Right. Well, I mean, you don't feel like they're doing any characters a disservice. Like that fight with Chun-Li and Vega.
Yeah,
you
man.
know what I'm saying? Like you have a few of those signature moves, but it's like the whole fight in Fatal Fury. Usually, the moves that you see are signature moves from the game.
Absolutely,
almost exclusively.
And they do the calls,
right?
You know,
almost exclusively, which is great, right?
Yeah.
But they actually managed to deviate from that, you know, that structure, and still present those characters.
Dude, even in Night Warriors,
in
Night Warriors, fucking Morrigan goes Soul Fist, and I'm like, hey, cool,
dude,
you
Night
did that.
Warriors did a really good job of making each fight, every move that these characters did, some kind of special move. Like when Felicia's doing that spin move where she like charges up and then
it's good shit. Yeah, or Weitzel totally does the top and spins at him, man. Yeah. Also, I really love it that they had an army of Weetzels. But anyway, back to Street Fighter.
Street Fighter. You actually mentioned, what was it, Street Fighter Generations,
the one that's about Gouki.
I watched it, and it's
I know.
I watched it, and it's a solid anime. I feel like the art style is a little too goopy, and I don't know, I just don't feel the same impact.
Goopy.
Yeah,
well, I feel like that was that
impact with the fight scenes, and so like it is very fluid, but it just, I don't know, man. There's just something about it. I don't know if it was the story, the story itself
that one
was
followed
something.
Ryu and the Dark Hado. Wasn't Goku trying to like reawaken the Satsui no Hado?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard that story so many times.
But that's when they started really telling it, though.
Right.
Because that came out 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah, had I watched it when it came out, it probably would have blown my fucking mind.
Yeah.
But like having seen multiple versions of that story at this point, and having seen what I would consider better animation in a Street Fighter property, you know, it was kind of
Street Fighter is like,
for me.
Okay,
not bad, worth checking out, but
it's like, what story do we actually want to tell? Because Street Fighter's story is,
because
Ryu's
actually kind of an empty character.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You know,
he just walks. And
he walks somewhere and kicks that ass, picks up his bag.
Yeah,
walks somewhere else.
Somebody talks some shit. And he's like, "Let's go."
All right, I guess I gotta set my
almost
bag
falls
down.
to the dark side, but Ken brings him
it would
back.
actually stay there behind him the whole time.
I love that, dude.
Right? That's such a great touch.
That's something that I actually started thinking about watching that movie. Ken's Ryu's limiter.
Either that or enabler.
Well, because he may be the enabler, but every time Ryu tries
Ryu wouldn't come down off the mountain, dude.
Well, no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you would
if it wasn't for Ken coming up and being like, "Come on, buddy, come on, we got some stuff we gotta do."
Let's go get some ladies.
We're gonna find out that Oro is actually Ryu from another timeline. who had no like kin intervention.
Yeah,
you know,
and he never came down.
He never came down.
That's
He
right.
never came down. Every once in a while, Dulcine would go up and be like,
but no, it's
jeez.
just like it seems like every time that Ryu starts to go to the dark side, it's Ken that has to come up and whoop his ass and get him right.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, okay.
See what
gotcha,
I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah, I see what you mean by that. You know,
Well, he's his Lancer.
It's good to have friends.
Good to have friends are fun.
Yeah, friends are fun.
We are talking about it. The power of friendship is a pretty
Yeah,
really,
absolutely.
yeah.
it just about in all of them.
Wait, are we talking about My Little Pony?
I mean,
friendship
can we?
is magic.
So what would happen?
Back off, Fluttershy's a doll.
Right.
What if you took Ken out of the picture? You
What if
mean?
you did?
What if-
And then Ryu
I know what one.
gets consumed.
I don't think that he would get consumed by the Satsui no Hado, though. I really don't.
Not
You don't think so?
specifically that.
I don't think so. I don't know though, man.
Because I mean, that's all that Akuma, that's all that Goku wants. Is just like, okay,
Come on,
let's
succumb.
wake it up.
Yeah.
Come
let's
so
do
I
it.
can have a
Yeah.
good fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it.
that's really it.
Yeah, man. I really wish that in some other property they would put Violent Ken in it. Just
Oh,
Jesus.
man.
That would be
Man,
great.
Violent Ken.
Please.
You know, that's like the greatest legend that never was.
Violent Ken, man.
Yeah, you know?
Dude.
Because I mean, did you play with him on Mugen? Did you use him on
No,
Mugen?
I've seen him on Mugen.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Sick.
God,
You know, and
man.
I mean, and it's funny because they did explore like Shadow Lady. You know,
Yeah.
they gave Chun-Li that respect.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
So
nice.
it's really interesting that they've never actually done any violent Ken.
Any
like,
of that stuff.
That would
Well-
work in Street Fighter 6. If you want to get people really hype, throw Violent Ken in there.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
really?
Like, seriously.
Really?
That's a great idea.
Uh-huh.
You know, like seriously.
I mean, have the dark side versions of the characters.
Maybe it's just that it doesn't
you
make
know?
sense. You know,
Well-
because Ken leads a really charmed life. Like that.
Yeah,
boy, he
I
ain't
gotcha.
stressing about.
He's too
nothing.
nice of a guy. That's that what it
Yeah,
is?
well, I mean,
He's
you know, he's
just
got
a
his wife and his
sweetheart.
son.
Yeah, I mean, hanging out
and
with
he loves
Terry
to
all the
fight
time, you know,
he's
hanging out-
balling out of control. You know, the man stays on vacation.
Dude, he does.
He fights for
Yeah.
fun. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
it's not even a matter of
Absolutely.
Because, I
trying
mean,
to-
he's kind of a trust fund kid.
Right,
You know what I
he
mean?
is
That's
totally a trust fund kid.
he's a...
Ryu was the homeless kid taken in by Goken
Uh-huh.
and trained. Ken was the rich kid who was sitting there by his father.
Yeah, you need
to
some
be trained.
discipline.
Exactly. And
So,
so
you know.
they were raised together.
So you don't
and
get
they
hooked
gave
on the
him-
Oxycontin.
Exactly, for real, man. It's like you hooked on them OCs. You know, it's like you stole my credit card again.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, like,
I gotta get this kid's ass beat by an old man. That's what I gotta do. I gotta,
You gotta set him straight.
you know, for
I can
real.
put
It's
hands on him.
It's the third Tesla that you've wrecked this week.
Jesus.
You know, like,
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
a lot. I mean, there's just so much Street Fighter anime.
Well,
I
what
mean,
about the other one I think of
Yeah.
is Alpha.
Yeah,
right? The Alpha,
absolutely. The
which-
Alpha anime is
it's pretty-
not bad.
It's got some moments that I really like.
What's the little girl who's like obsessed with Ryu?
Sakura, yeah.
Sakura. I love Sakura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Alpha cast a lot, man. Those
Yeah.
are my dudes. Like I love Adon. I love Rolento. Dude, love him. Love him
Yeah,
so
dude.
much. Rolento has always been one of my favorite characters,
he's
you know.
really good. Sodom, man.
Sodom, yeah,
Sodom's
a beast.
absolutely. And then, I mean, I gotta say, I wasn't a fan of him back in the day, but the way that they did Birdie in 5 made me love Birdie.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yes.
really did him. They did him right. They did him
Oh,
justice.
they took
Birdie
him from
was
an
always a
okay
great
character.
Birdie was a really good character.
I guess I
He
just
had
didn't
really
give him
good-
the chance.
Yeah, 'cause
I don't
he's
think
not-
I understood
he's
him
not-
as a
he's
kid.
not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like really, compared to those other characters, he kind of looks like trash. You know,
He
but
looks like
but my
a
boy's got
mess.
some priority and
Yeah.
he's got some power on him.
Absolutely.
You know? Birdie would do some.
I also didn't really understand grab characters when I was a kid, and he doesn't have a
That's
whole
kind
lot of
amazing to me.
commands.
You like you're grab master.
I was all Blanca when I was a kid.
Of course.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I was
Respect.
I was charged, man.
Respect.
I like Shotos. Like Shotos are fun. Who doesn't like playing
Look,
a Shoto?
man,
you
yeah,
know?
absolutely.
Dude, Robbie gets with me all the time because I don't play Shotos, right?
Yeah.
Only because I feel like if I'm playing a Shoto, I'm gonna be OP. You know, I feel like it's just
You're
like
trying to
so
limit
fundamental.
yourself.
Well,
Yeah,
I like to do new things. I like to try
Yeah.
new
Right,
things,
I
do
gotcha.
different characters. That's why I
Yeah.
play like Eddie, Zato 1. You know, I like characters that make me think differently to how I'm approaching the
Right.
situation, right? And so, but he gets at me before Rachel Alucard. That's my main, right? You know, so I mean that just goes to show. I was playing this tournament one time at Dragon Con, actually, and
nice.
this guy was just wrecking shop with M. Bison. Like, he was just
Psycho
storming
Crusher.
people.
Yeah.
It was amazing, dude. This was Street Fighter 4. And I'm sitting there, and I'm watching people, and I'm in this Deadpool. I was Dreadpool that year, right?
Oh,
so
nice.
I was Deadpool with my dreads out, you know, and so I was doing my shit.
Dreadpool.
But it also means that my hands were very slippery.
Oh,
and so,
yeah.
like, I'm sitting there watching him just wreck people, and it's like, okay, just fundamental. He's not doing anything crazy, but he's wrecking.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, cool. I stepped up, and I think I started with Chunners, and I lost that one. And I was like, okay, got it close, whatever. And then I fought him again, and I don't remember what it was. Failed. Next time around, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. And I picked the fucking dragon.
Oh,
Just went Ryu on his ass.
There you go.
Game changer,
man.
You know,
if you time it right, you can actually uppercut him right out of.
DP.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You can do it out of his Psycho Crusher if you time it right.
Absolutely. And so, like, Ryu has all those tools, man. And so, like, you know, and it was great. You know, finally got that victory. Crowd went crazy. I was like, what's going on? I didn't realize how many people were behind us watching the shit.
Yeah, until you started hearing that roar.
Right, and I'm immediately self-conscious, and I'm just like, oh god, I'm gonna lose. But I mean, but it did. It was really, really cool. But you know, that's the thing. Like, Ryu and Ken to me are just like, that's home.
Yeah.
That's home.
Yeah.
You know, like if I just want to just kind of dick around, whatever, press some buttons, get some W's. That's how you go about it, man. But I can't say that it's really like as vigorating as playing like Ibuki. You know, like those things are really more interesting to me.
So is that why you like playing Akuma? Because he's got such low health that you kind of feel disadvantaged?
Well,
is that why? Because he's squishy,
kind of.
you know?
He's very squishy, but he's just the ultimate Shoto. He's the ultimate Shoto, yeah. I can't make that sound. I'm sitting there thinking about that damn teleportation sound. Yeah, it's
crazy. It's crazy, man.
You know, like, and so he's got everything. Air Fireball, he's got teleport. Now, I don't really like what they did to Akuma in Street Fighter 5. You know, they changed him a bit too much.
They kind of nerfed him a little bit.
Yeah, well, they tried to make him into his own thing, and I'm like, I get that and everything. You know, the worst thing is, like, one of the best versions of Akuma is in Tekken 7.
Oh,
one of the best versions of Akuma is in Tekken, and it doesn't make sense. I'm surprised that Namco let it happen. Oh, you know, because really he's like top tier in that game, like top 3 every time consistently. Yeah. You know, they did a very good Geese Howard as well.
Oh yeah, totally.
Nice. Geese Howard's
yeah.
You know?
Cool.
So hey, can I tell you guys something?
What's that?
I think I fucked something up.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What'd you have me do?
I'm pretty sure that our stream audio was also going into OBS this whole time recording.
No.
So we're just gonna have to re-upload this one. So that probably sounded like trash this whole time.
Oh no.
Wow. Okay.
So sorry, but we'll upload an actual one. Yeah, but that's why we record locally as well. Oh no, it might have destroyed that too. Oh no.
I really.
We're gonna have to put this together with the audio on the computer. This is why we record separately.
Yep.
Oh man.
We'll make it happen. You guys will see this episode.
We'll
I'm not letting this go to waste.
Oh, it's not going to waste. But the one that's being streamed right now, apparently up to this point, had double audio and delayed audio at that.
No.
So it was like the audio that we have, and then it was the desktop audio that was the stream.
Oh no. We're sorry, guys. We'll get better.
Yeah. I'm still trying to work out the kinks of all this.
We're working on
having a whole bunch of technical issues today.
So
wonderful.
So let's. So one quick question, and you definitely seen most of the Street Fighter anime, or a lot of it.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of it. If you had to suggest one that to get somebody started, where would you point them to?
Well,
Doll Simmons and Giff are awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, like specifically the anime, like, you know, like one of the series or one of the movies or something.
I would, if I had to pick one Street Fighter anime, it would be Street Fighter the animated movie.
Yeah. Okay. I can agree with that 100%.
I feel like even if you're not necessarily a fan of Street Fighter, you can still enjoy it.
So there wasn't a doubled audio problem? There wasn't a.
I can hear you just fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Mom.
Well, thanks, Mom.
Yeah. Got her monitoring to make sure that we're not completely screwing this up.
Right. I think we're fine.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Cool.
We'll find out.
Yeah. We'll see.
Cool. She said no doubled audio. Okay.
Yeah, sweet.
We didn't screw this up completely.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
Great.
but
Right.
I mean, what
Thank
would
you
you suggest?
I mean, the same thing that you would. I just love that the Street Fighter 2 animated movie just so much. It's just so fun, and it's different. It's a story that I'm not used to hearing from Street Fighter. Beyond that, I would say that the Street Fighter Alpha animated movie is super solid.
And it's about Ryu's little brother a lot.
Right.
You know what I mean? They do that part when Zangief is fighting him, and he puts his head into the ground. And then that kid's legs are just sticking up like like there's
there's a lot of badass moments like that in Alpha. So I mean, either one of those, that I feel like a movie rather than like a super long series is a good starting point. Absolutely. If you want to if you like Street Fighter and you want to see these anime, definitely start with one of those two. Yeah.
I mean, what would you suggest, Phil?
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's probably Street Fighter 2 the movie. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the best one.
That's the best one.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's the best out of the Street Fighter ones. But I do really like the way that the Alpha one looks. I like the style of animation.
Well, Alpha already lended itself to anime just out the gate.
Yeah, you know that awesome Zangief face?
Oh, right, yeah, love it. You know, okay, so one
plus,
random question
real
for you
quick
guys.
Though,
yes,
Blanca.
Yes.
With his wind, he plugs in a blender and powers it with and then he puts fruit in there and then he chugs his juice. Nice. That's all I had to say. I love that.
Yeah, I love Jimmy.
What's the question?
My question is Shadow Lu or Shadow Law?
Oh. Old school Shadow Lu, man.
I was so pissed about Shadow Law, man.
Fuck some Shadow Law.
Oh, yeah, so they're working for Shadow Law.
You mean Shadow Lu?
Shadow Lu?
Shadow Lu. Yeah.
Shadow
Which,
Law.
by the way, we just got to bring up real quick. Raul Julia, the man being M. Bison in the movie. At some point, we are planning on doing one of these that's live action.
Video
fighting
game.
Because, like, of course, there are some shit ones in the anime department. All of them are shit.
All of them
in the other department.
In the other department, we just want to laugh at some stuff.
I mean, I don't know. The original Street Fighter movie's fun and all, but it's still
one of those,
it has so many problems.
It falls into that. It's so bad, it's good, and it's
Yeah.
because of Raul Julia that it even gets to that point. I mean, there's one line when he's talking to Chun-Li, just comes up. The day that M. Bison entered your village was the most important day of your life, but for me. It was Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, yes, that's my boy.
The thing about that movie, just like Mortal Kombat, it's like the fact that it exists makes it successful by default.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just it. It doesn't matter if it's good, bad, whatever. Van Damme helps a lot.
Right.
You know, the worst thing has Guile, the All-American hero.
It's so funny.
But,
He's a Frenchman.
The
that's
one
funny.
thing, like when I was a kid, I was watching the Street Fighter movie, and I was hype about it because I love Street Fighter. I'm a huge fighting game fan. But I almost walked out as a child. I almost walked out when Ken popped out his Dragon Punch because he just raises his fist and walks in a circle. You know, he does. He just like does this and just walks in a circle. And I'm just like,
I forgot about that.
And that was the only Dragon Punch in the movie.
Oh,
and I'm like,
I'm
like, wait, that was our DP? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can do a Dragon Punch right now.
Yeah.
You know, I've always thought about the feasibility of a Dragon Punch in a real fight. Like, you know, could you pull it off?
You know what's even less feasible though is that DP that Sagat has where he hits you with this part of his arm.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, what's this? The fist is past you at that point.
It's like Sagat needs some X.
Yeah, man. I love Sagat so much, man.
But you know he's stank.
Wait, hold on. Am I wrong about this? Is in Alpha the movie? Didn't they do the scene where he actually hurts Sagat? Didn't they actually do that? Yeah, man. Yeah.
Dragon punches the scar.
Absolutely.
Into his chest.
Yeah.
Slices his shit all up.
Yeah, they would put it in. In Street Fighter Alpha, whenever Sagat would fight Ryu, the scar would glow.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
He'd go there,
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You can feel the pain.
Yeah, it feels the burning.
Now you've reminded me why I want to kill you.
Why? Yeah.
So what else was there,
okay,
man?
so moving on. This is honestly one of my favorite ones. Really one of the first ones that I ever bought and saw. Battle Arena to Shinden from 1996, a 2-episode OVA. Super solid. This is also Obari. This is also Obari. So I mean, you know, it's got
with this one right here.
Yeah, Voltage Fighter Go Kaiser. There's actually a really cool trivia thing about this. This was guys. Do you remember Apollo Smile? The live action anime girl from the Saturday anime block on Sci-Fi.
Nope.
Okay, so here we go. Let me explain Apollo Smile. So back in the day,
very excited about this.
In the anime block, the Sci-Fi anime block, Saturday anime, there was a host, and she was a dancer and a singer, and she promoted herself as a live-action anime girl, and basically all she did was put on some workout gear and then put her hair up in ponytails. She also did some voice acting for some anime, and this is her first anime that she ever did. She's this girl right here.
Very much like Code Miko. Do y'all know Code Miko?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You guys actually might know her better from this. Did you guys ever play, what is it, Radio Channel 5 or something like that?
Space
Channel 5?
I was about to say, is she Ooh La La?
Yeah,
that's Ooh La La?
That's Ooh
yes,
La La.
Yes.
Apollo Smile is
yes.
Ooh La La.
If you'd had said that, then I would have known exactly, because I've seen that girl before, and I'm like, oh, it's Ooh La La.
Yeah.
Because she pretty much looks like that.
her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
They based it on her, and this is her first anime.
Wow. Does she know Michael Jackson?
I don't know. I don't think
Space
so.
Michael.
I don't think so. Anyway,
It's always Space Michael,
I'm
dude.
glad
It's
you
always
brought that up because I really
They
do.
got Space Michael.
I really love the fact
you,
that I
La
get to
La.
remind the anime community that Apollo Smile existed at some point.
Yeah.
It's like this was part of our thing.
I also just have to say, there is a VR Space Channel 5.
I still haven't played it.
I don't know that I want to. I think
yeah,
it'll ruin my...
Well, it was too expensive. Like, Sega came out, and they're like, hey, $30. And it's like, Space Channel 5 can be finished in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So I think that's the issue. I wonder if the price has dropped on it. I would love to do it. It's a great game. Is it? It's kind of like Parappa the Rapper,
I think it was cool at the time, man.
Parappa the Rapper is not a good game. Parappa the Rapper was
unique
at the time, and it was fun.
And there's a layer of nostalgia to it, right?
That's everything. Monetizing our nostalgia, right? But if you go back and you play it, it's like the more offbeat you are, the more successful you will be.
Yeah,
if you try to stay like on beat and actually try to make like kick, punch, it's all in the mind.
Dude, I just slammed on that shit all the time.
If you try to like stay on beat, you're gonna fail. Yeah, that's how you win.
That's how you win.
That's how you win. You just gotta spam it.
That's how you win?
That's how you win.
No wonder I sucked at that game.
Yeah, dude, you blow the walls down and everything. Yeah, like it's crazy, So as a rhythm game, it's trash.
This is the same thing with Jammer Lammy?
Kind of. But Jammer Lammy was a lot more forgiving. They learned that people actually want to be able to, play through the game.
Right.
That's fun. I
right.
Like
I want to win. I want to win eventually.
Nice.
So,
right.
They made it a lot simpler.
Once in a while, maybe.
But going back to this,
Battle Arena Toshinden.
Never gonna have me back on this.
Have you seen this?
Yes, I have.
Hey,
Once
Trey,
again, I've watched a lot of these. Like
you keep saying that. You keep saying we're not gonna. Do you understand? We do this to each other
all
the time. This is our show.
Well,
we distract each other on the camera.
I'm actually just saying that so that you remember that I say it, so that you invite me back.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
It's reverse psychology.
Yeah, I was working on it. You didn't have to call me out. Oh yeah. Now everyone knows I'm a manipulative fuck. So.
Hey, did you know that guy doesn't have clothes on? Sorry.
So, but this is your first time seeing it.
I actually didn't see it.
Oh, that's right. That was one of the ones that you didn't.
That was part of my homework that I didn't finish.
Man.
I'm sorry.
But no. Okay, so this one is very Obari. Like other than Go Kaiser, this is probably the most Obari, even more than Fatal Fury.
Yeah.
It's a two episode OVA. It is. Let me see.
I'm trying to remember. I rember doing the claws. I remember him. I remember
AG, Kain, Guile, Chaos is in here.
Yeah.
Sophia.
That's my girl. Yeah, let's
dude.
go.
And Tracy, which is also Apollo Smile.
Cool.
All right, full circle.
Fofei, Rugen. I mean, they pretty.
Oh yeah, Ellis
Ellis is in there. I mean, it pretty much has like the entire cast of the game.
I don't remember the story of Toshinden.
The story, well, okay, so basically what's happening is all of the Toshinden fighters, they're being tracked down by this organization who's trying to use them, of course, yeah, who's trying to, who are trying, by Uranus, that's, trying to use them to create the perfect, like, robot-human hybrid fighter.
See, this is what's wrong with fighting games.
How hard is it to put two people in a room and make them fight each other?
Exactly.
There's nothing else, man.
They focus too much on the reasons why.
Yeah.
You know,
why? Because it's cool. That's why.
Exactly. Because have you seen these 3-foot-long claws?
There's a scene in this where AG's on a fucking motorcycle. He just drove it all the way up this building. There's this sister building right across, and he's just like, oh no, the fight's over there. I picked the wrong building. And he just drives the motorcycle off the building and then jumps and does a fucking flip, and he just comes down on this motherfucker with his sword, and it's just like, ah, yes, that's why Obari's the man. Cause he's just like, I'm gonna make this shit slap.
I feel like every villain just wants to take the DNA from fighters and make their army of super robots.
Yeah, for real.
Like, I feel like all fighting game villains.
That's all they want. That's all they want,
dude.
Man.
They don't want to recruit these fighters. They want to turn them into robots all the time.
I think the only
Let me copy all of them so that they don't have free will.
Right.
That wasn't a situation in Fatal Fury. I think that's like the only.
That is a Tekken thing, though.
It's the Jax, the whole Jax series.
Yeah,
man, like it's crazy. Oh, anyway, carrying on.
No. Okay. All good. I liked it. Honestly, this game was the first PlayStation game I ever bought.
That's cool. That's super cool.
Battle Arena Toshinden, and I played the fuck out of it. Same. Like it's solid. It was honestly my introduction into fighting games where I felt like I could actually win.
Oh,
because
wow. Okay.
I actually played it more than my brother did, because he would always slam on me with like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. But Battle Arena Toshinden, I would just be like.
Also, Toshinden wasn't super technical. You
know?
No,
not really.
It wasn't super tech.
Not really.
It was a little more mashy, you know.
You know. And then I mean, you did have that full 3D range of movement, which is really kind of cool too.
Right.
Which, to be honest, that's why I overlooked Toshinden a bit, because I was on like Bloody Roar at the time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And for me, shit was so good. You know.
Did you play a little game called Zero Divide?
Yeah.
No, I don't know that one.
It was another 3D fighter.
Dude.
Once again with like these crazy.
You know what he hasn't played?
Androids.
Rival Schools.
Oh yeah, no, I've
That's
played.
not a surprise. A lot of people, not that you haven't played it, but a lot of people haven't played.
Just
Rival
haven't
Schools.
played it, yeah.
You know, because they announced, God, what's her name? They're gonna put her in Street Fighter 5.
Who?
Not Batsu, of course, because he's not a female, but wasn't it like Batsu's sister?
Dude, I can't think of any of the female characters' names. There's only a couple of those people
Akira.
I can.
Oh,
Akira!
Oh,
totally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's gonna be in Street Fighter 5. She's
Yeah.
one of the
okay, cool.
last guest characters.
Yeah.
But when they announced her, a lot of people were like, "Who?
Yeah.
You know?" And then those of us in the 30+ club are just like,
Yeah!
You know, like finally.
Yeah. Maybe Kyosuke, maybe Batsu.
Yeah,
maybe,
dude. Oh, Kyosuke.
Kyosuke, dude.
Yeah,
Slick.
Yeah,
He does that.
Yeah. Oh, so
But
swag.
another one of my favorite characters from this movie is Sophia. I like the way that
was
they
my
portray.
main.
Yeah, I like the way that
Oh, yeah.
they portray Sophia, especially in the final fight. She is just whipping up on motherfuckers,
Oh, yeah.
literally with a whip. She comes into the battle. Who wants to taste my whip? You know?
Nice.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Nice.
And at some point, she's just like, "Call me queen," and I'm just like, "Yes."
So,
yes.
do they lean into the humor in Toshinden?
Not really.
Okay.
There isn't really. I think. What was it? Ellis is the like
the
throwing
girl with the-
little girl with the like.
I
Yeah.
thought she had like a rapier. or
No.
No. She had a nice little dress on. I
Nice
remember
little
that
dress
about
on,
her.
and she had those throwing
Throwing
knives.
knives,
Yeah,
yes, yes, she
So
did.
that's
Okay.
Ellis. Ellis is kind of where they lean into the humor with it, because
Okay.
she's a kid. She's a circus performer.
I'm thinking about that other little girl, Amy. I'm thinking about Amy in Soul Calibur.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Alright, got it,
whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they lean more into the humor side of everything, really, with her. More than any of the other characters. Most of the other
Interesting
characters are
choice.
played pretty fucking straight.
Yeah.
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 But no, again, you still have this.
I'll watch
sent
it.
To
I
you.
will watch
Definitely
it. Yeah.
watch this.
How long
one.
is this, by the way?
It's 2 episodes.
Oh, that's not much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not very long.
Mhm.
Yeah, you should be able to rip through this in like an afternoon.
Yeah.
You know.
Did we say Sam Show sucks?
Yeah, Sam Show sucks.
That show sucks.
Yeah, it's funny.
But
It's funny, but other than that, it sucks. And
Right.
I don't even know what else to say about it other than it sucks.
What's the main dude's name?
Heyomaru.
Heyomaru is
Yeah.
a big old dum-dum.
He's so dumb, dude. There's a part when like there's like a bull in town, right? And he's sitting there with his mom on the floor, you know, and she's like knitting or something. And she's like, you know, there's this bull in town, and the farmer said that if you saved him, then he'll give you his daughter, you know, for marriage. And yeah, exactly. So already stupid. And
Yeah.
he's like,
So I'm gonna
yeah,
save the
whatever.
bullet, and
I'll
then-
stick with my sake. That was hilarious. Like,
I love that. I do actually really love the scene when the kids are just like, "Hey, Homaru, there's a whole bunch of bees over here. Why don't you go take care of them?"
dude, he gets
and
that
goes,
stick.
just knocks them all out of the road.
and that one, and another one, and this one, and like that. That's the thing. Sam Show is funny, but other than that, it's so
It's
bad.
so bad.
Ugh.
But
the voice acting is cringe in that shit.
Oh, it's so. But you know what I thought was gonna be bad,
Oh.
and it ended up liking it a whole heck of a lot. Tekken the Motion Picture from 1999.
Yeah, that was lit.
Yeah. Now,
It's-
not that even the I'm not really that big of a fan of the I guess cinematography, the animation style, but the
Okay.
animation itself is good.
Like the framing and stuff.
Well, like just the way that everything looks. Like it's that kind of like early post digital like anime kind of stuff, the way that they were color grading it just made it's like there aren't really a whole lot of really dark blacks on it, so it just kind of makes the whole thing feel a little washed out.
Yeah.
You know, so but other than that, I mean, the story is great.
Story's
I
great.
mean,
That
it jumps off like just
Yeah, with Hahachi throwing
But
Kazuya off
look,
a mountain.
Okay, here's the difference, right? Tekken, I'm a huge Tekken. When you say your first game that you ever bought was Battle Arena Toshinden. My first game was Tekken. Now I was, playing in arcades all the time.
Right.
My parents actually bought me a PlayStation. You know, we went to Babbage's back in the day together.
Yeah,
bought the shit.
Babbage's.
Nice.
Got Tekken along with that. They wrapped it up. They put it in a storage room in our house, whatever.
Yeah.
They didn't know I had the key. And so every night when they went to bed, I would actually unwrap it, plug it up, and play Tekken. Right?
Are you kidding me? You did that?
Oh, I'm sorry, Dad. And so yeah, man. And so I would play Tekken, man, and I would wrap everything back up and put it all back. I did that all the way up until Christmas.
Oh,
and
no.
so when Christmas came around, we get our presents and everything. I'm like, I open it up and I have to act surprised. I'm like,
I didn't know
and
this
so
was in here.
I go downstairs and very quickly and very expertly plug it all up.
Oh.
And I start playing, and I play Tekken with my dad. And he's sitting there, and I'm whooping his ass. I'm just scrubbing him. And he's just like, he's like, you're really good at this. I'm like, oh, I play at the arcade.
Yeah, I play at the arcade.
I got a friend that
the
has it.
arcade,
I go over there.
So.
Man, did they ever
sorry,
have
Dad.
a Tekken cab
But-
at Century Plaza?
Yes.
They did?
Yeah, man.
I don't
they had-
remember that.
Man, they had Tekken 1, 2 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they didn't have 3.
I remember there
think they
being a
skipped-
tag
no, there
one
was
when
3.
tag
There was
came
Tekken
out.
3, Tekken Tag Tournament.
Yeah.
They went all the way. They even had Tekken Tag Tournament 2 at that arcade. But Tekken has always had a very clear... Namco has always been good about that. They did the same thing with Soul Calibur, where their lore is just as important as their characters.
Right.
Most of these fighting games, they just come up with these archetypes, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, we got Fei Long over here, Bruce
Yeah.
Lee guy. We got Dalsim, dude from India. Like whatever.
Yeah, and then they
Chinese
just
girl,
kinda
check the
and then
boxes.
check the boxes.
Yeah, they just kind of
let 'em fight,
contrive a reason for them to get together
Right.
and fight.
And here's the big bad guy, and everybody's
Yeah.
fighting because of this dude. Or here's a rich guy who just wants to have a tournament and have the strongest fighters. Nah, man. When it comes to the Mishima family, it is patricide, boy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about just generations of patricide and betrayal from
Yep,
the parents.
absolutely.
There's awakening of the devil gene. There's so much there, and so I think it kind of made it easier to make an anime based on it. It's
Yeah,
just like,
and a
okay,
solid
we
film.
don't have to figure out any kind of story to really glue this all together.
Right.
You know, that already exists. All we got to do is cheaply draw it all.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Very inexpensively draw it all.
Well, I thought it was really interesting that you brought up the fact that, you know, a lot of things, like a lot of these fighting game anime, they have seemingly way too complicated of plots.
Oh, dude.
You know, instead of just like making a tournament, putting a couple of guys in the ring and just watching them fight. And this actually does that.
Right.
Like it takes place during the tournament. Now, one part of the plot that I'm not terribly sold on is the Jax plot.
Oh, really?
I mean, I
like
it.
Jack.
I like
Jack's really cool.
like
Well, it's just
Jack.
part of Heihachi's army.
Right. I mean, I like Jack, but just the way, like, his plot being the subplot, I felt like took away from something a little bit more interesting stuff to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
Like, maybe it was just that police dude. What was that? The dude in the blue fucking karate. Yeah. I think it was just him. I didn't like the way he was portrayed.
I didn't like him. That's my least favorite one.
Yeah,
and
well,
that was
he's
the
a
plot
knockoff of Jackie Chan.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and so that's kind of.
And in this one, he just felt like he didn't have personality. Like he was just.
Yeah, it was very bland.
But Nina's
is cool.
Awesome,
dude.
I
love
Nina
in this. Woo.
Man. Did you ever play Death by Degrees?
Yeah.
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 Forgot about that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Nina side game.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
Death by Degrees.
Spin-offs, man, like that, and Cannon Spike, and
Oh, Cannon Spike.
Yeah.
Cannon Spike, boy.
you know.
Oh, Cannon Spike is crazy, man.
You know, and you're talking about like how convoluted some of these anime storylines can be.
Yeah.
And I guess we're really sticking to anime right now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know, even thinking about a lot of ARC System Works.
Yeah,
storylines, you know?
absolutely.
Like you want to talk about just mind bending, like just so difficult to process. They can give you the whole story mode, and you're still gonna be like, unless you know things about like quantum physics. You know what I'm saying? Like Blaze Blue's story. Like, well,
Did you ever watch that anime?
I did not.
I think I might have watched an episode.
Yeah,
or so.
I watched
I
a few
feel
episodes.
the
I
need
wasn't
to because
yeah.
I played this.
You played
mode
the
of
game, yeah.
and that is an anime, so it's just
not
like,
really worth checking out, honestly.
That's a sad.
I've
fact.
I've seen a handful of those episodes, and honestly, I just can't make.
Who's
it
our
through
major
it.
player? Are we following Jin Kisaragi?
I think.
Of course,
It's got to be random, man. It's got to be Buckles.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Buckles. It's Buckles.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that seems like a good.
I actually think
yeah.
a lot of it has to do with Rachel, though.
Of course,
I
it
really
always
do
does.
think.
Yeah, she's the center
Yeah.
player. She's
She
the pillar
really
of everything.
Yeah, which is
If
amazing.
If it wasn't for her,
It's
everyone would have
'cause
died
she's
a long
the
time
lolly.
ago.
Yeah.
Well, there's look.
Whoa! She's like thousands of years old.
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
you can't.
exactly.
You
So
can't
it's
get it.
okay.
It's
all right?
completely
All
fine.
this hentai, all this doujinshi, it's absolutely
fine.
okay.
She's thousands of
She's
years old.
thousands of
She's
years
definitely
old.
not
She
a
looks like
child
that,
at
right?
all. Like,
It's like, did y'all watch Incredible? Not Incredible, Invincible?
Not yet.
Not yet.
God, please.
We will.
We will eventually.
We will.
Okay, all right.
But anyways, one last thing that I
stop
will
that
say.
train.
Yeah, I know, man. Oh, it hurt, you know.
One last thing that I'll say about Tekken the Motion Picture. It is definitely a solid watch. Don't let anyone tell you any fucking different. Okay, give
yeah.
this one a chance.
Yeah.
Definitely changed my mind on this because I remember watching it as a kid and being like, this sucks, blah blah blah. But watching it last night, I was just like, this is
It's
fucking
fine.
rad.
It's fine.
Bro, look at that six pack.
Yeah.
Dude, look at those eyebrows.
Dude,
That
Oh
motherfucker-
yeah, the Mishima's got some eyebrows.
Dude, they got some like Go Nagai
Dude, that's
eyebrows.
why they get so jacked. That's
Yeah.
why, dude. It's like
They gotta
you
fill
shave them and they grow back. All right, so we gotta
Like instantly.
I've
They
heard-
just come right back out.
longer and thicker than ever before. You know?
Yeah.
So, and actually, it's really funny looking at some of the lore that they actually have used in Tekken because this is fact. This is canon. Heihachi actually sharpened his hair
Oh.
to use in combat. That's a thing.
No.
That's
No,
a
he
thing.
didn't.
And it's
Yes,
like,
no,
God,
no,
man,
no.
it's like these are terrible ideas,
Dude,
guys.
Heihachi,
Now they've subsequently just swept that under the rug.
Oh, yeah.
we don't mention that anymore. But that was a thing. Yeah.
Dude,
I always thought
Heihachi
Birdie
is a-
sharpened his hair.
Heihachi
It looks like.
in the movie, Heihachi is a badass. There's one scene. And
he's just a badass.
He's just a badass. There's one scene.
Grandpa
He's
Hay.
like,
Grandpa.
all the fighters just came to the island. He walks out on the balcony and he's just like, if you can reach it to the tower, then you have the right to fight me or whatever. And who's the little Indian girl? Do you guys
Indian
remember?
Girl.
Okay.
Goddamn, her name is Michelle Chang. Is that
Oh, okay.
yeah. Michelle or Julia?
She
Michelle
has
is Julia's mom.
Oh, okay. But anyway,
Little
she
Indian
runs.
girl.
Dude, she's. I mean,
damn, dude.
not trying
Damn,
to.
Scott.
I think she's dead, actually. Michelle's dead. So,
damn.
so here you
now
go.
you're talking about a dead.
Yeah, man. What's wrong with you,
disrespecting
bro?
the dead. And
I
shit.
didn't mean to. But she runs out of the crowd and just throws this fucking axe at him. And this dude flips off the balcony, catches the axe in his mouth and just chomps down. Yeah. And I love it when he finally lands. He just spits out a little bit of metal and he's just like, ugh.
And he pretty much is like, look, I'm giving you the chance to fight me, but you still got to make it up the hill.
You got to make it up the hill.
Right.
You got to make it past these
but
dinosaurs.
This is the same dude
Dinosaurs,
that
man.
has, thrown his son into a volcano.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Throw him off a cliff. All right, son climbs his way back, fights him in the future, whatever.
Yeah.
Then slings him to a volcano, and it's just like, this is what we do.
Yeah,
You know, son ended up doing the same thing to him, threw him into the volcano. He's like, this is what. And actually, the volcano erupted, launched him like several hundreds of miles, and he lands and survives, gets up, dusts off, like, all right.
Sounds right.
Game
It's
on.
because he sharpened that hair.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. It
that's right.
burrowed him right into the earth. Smoothly burrowed him in.
Good. He's good.
Just make sure you land head down.
Right. He gets stuck in the floor.
For real, like,
So since
But
that's all the
that's all
anime we got,
that's all the anime that we got
well, now
right
I
now.
have to pose the question to you guys because I asked Scott this, but I didn't ask you beforehand. So, what anime or what?
what fighting game would I like to see an anime
no,
of?
the other way.
Oh, what anime?
What
would I
anime
like to see?
would you like to see a
game of?
fighting game of?
I have a list.
Oh, right.
Okay, I would say, fuck. The problem is, here's the problem. The problem is that fighting games exist for a lot of animes. Right? There are a ton of them.
Yes.
Because just like we were saying, the reason why animes based on fighting games exist is money. It's the same way for why fighting games based on anime exist as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's a cash grab, right?
Yeah.
And so,
Like the Kill La Kill game.
like the Kill La Kill
cash
game,
grab.
exactly,
Yeah.
right? Like
Wasn't a fan of that.
The later JoJo's games. Cash grab.
Yeah, right. Like every time, that's what they do. What was the last one that they actually ended up coming out with? They did one for SAO. They did a game for SAO.
Yeah.
And it was just trash.
Yeah.
Usually, like those video game to anime or anime to video game adaptations.
Are you talking about
just kinda suck.
Jump
Most of the
Force?
time
Are you
they're
thinking about Jump Force?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Jump Force is weak.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there was another series that they actually made a fighter out of. Anyway, we'll skip it. But
I know
that's,
Yu Yu
that's what
Hakusho
makes
has
me
a fighter.
very.
Yeah.
Yu Yu Hakusho has several fighters.
Several
There's a
fighters,
PS1.
yeah.
I bought
that I
one. I
played.
bought one on the Super Famicom.
Oh,
like way back in the day.
Wow.
And it was the weirdest thing because it was all cinematic, right? So one character has a letterbox on top and it's like zoomed in on their face, whatever.
Yeah.
The other character's on the bottom. And it was weird because it was all in Japanese, so I had to figure out how to play this goddamn game.
Yeah.
And it was atrocious.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you put in, your inputs and then they put in an input, and then based on like a rock paper scissors mechanic,
Oh, no.
then an animation will play out, and then they have a chance to have blocked it. Like, it was the worst.
Yeah.
That's-
It was so bad. And I'm sure people out there are going to be like, no, that game was great.
Yeah,
And I mean, I loved it at the time. I played a lot of it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't very good. But anyway, I'm saying all this to say, like, I get very hesitant of fighting games or games that are based on anime. I don't expect much from them. I expect it to go to shit. Now, if I have to play this game with you guys,
And think of it as an idealized version.
That's right.
So think about
I've got my answer.
the Dragon Ball Z treatment, the fighters
I've
treatment. You know
got
what I'm saying?
my answer.
Okay, what you got?
My answer is Thunderbolt Fantasy.
Whoa. Okay, I wasn't
That's
expecting
mine.
that.
All right.
That's my answer.
Pull one out,
You
man.
That would be
Okay.
That
awesome.
would be dope.
Oh my
it would
God.
be so good. It would be so good if we can get someone like Arc System Works behind it, someone who's actually going to put the love
the
and
effort
care into it.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that's the only option
Right.
for any of these is that
That's-
Arc System
yeah.
Works does
That's
it.
what
So,
we got.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
or
Under Night
French
Embers.
bread. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But no, that would be my number one. If somebody could nail that for me,
Yeah.
I would probably even take a very trash Thunderbolt game.
Absolutely, 100%, just to have more Thunderbolts.
Just to have more Thunderbolt.
Absolutely.
They actually just started the newest season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago.
Boy.
Cool.
Yeah, right. I didn't know either. I was happy to look. I just want to check and see.
See what's up.
And they're like,
their seasonal
bam,
chart looks like.
new season, bitch. And I'm like, oh my god. So I mean, I'm glad that we're having this conversation because that's going down
Yes,
tonight.
absolutely.
So I got 2 of them. I only have 2.
Go ahead, because I
Only a little bit.
have 2.
I haven't given it a
lists.
chance yet.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
I got so many things to do. Everybody gives me homework all the time.
Shit slaps.
I really only got 2 of them. One of them's Helsing.
Okay.
I want a
Helsing
Helsing
would be
fighter
Yeah.
where everybody's just boss level crazy.
Right.
Just
You know?
everybody's
That
just
would be good.
overpowered.
And then Fooly Cooley.
That
Fully Cooley could be
that's
interesting.
Kind of a no-brainer. That should have happened.
If they leaned all the way into the wacky and made it
Right.
like super weird,
Yeah.
you know?
I feel like even Capcom could pull that one off.
Even
Oh,
Capcom could
easily.
pull that off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and we say even Capcom as if they're not gods of their craft.
But they're just not in the
But-
anime fighter realm. That's all we're
right.
saying.
Not
And the closest
super
thing,
hard.
the closest thing they've come is the Versus series.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
they could even give FLCL the Versus treatment. That
Yeah,
by
yeah.
itself would make it
That
very
would be
well
cool.
worth playing.
Well, at that point, then it would just be like a Gynax fighter, and they'd put like all that stuff in it, and then you could have
nice.
Eva, and then you could have, you know, they could wrap all that shit.
Shoot! No.
But-
what they
but
need
anyway,
to do,
yeah.
what they do is they'd cross Gynax and Trigger.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So cross Gynax Trigger fighter. That would be fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know, because then you could play as Panty and Stocking.
Yeah. So
Just saying.
what you got, Scott?
So I have a list. So these are the ones.
I knew it.
He asked me this last
been
night. and I was
excitedly
just
clutching
like,
his phone
boy.
this whole time.
I'm like, okay, I can't wait. I can't wait. Ooh, I love this kind of shit. So for anime fighters that I would like to have that I think would actually be good. Number 1, Soul Eater.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Soul Eater would be
Respect.
good, especially if you did it kind of like a team fighter.
Okay.
Because
yeah,
you
the
could
versus
select
series
the
style.
team,
Yeah.
and then because the way that series works is you have the Reaper and their weapon and their scythe. Okay, so you could kind of switch out, and then maybe if you did a specific combination, then the weapon actually turns into the weapon.
Well, you know what? That
I
makes
mean?
me just think of like Persona. Like they could
Yeah,
do that
kind
style
of
of thing.
absolutely.
Literally just
like-
writing Persona down.
Persona
just
4
like
Arena,
Persona.
man.
I
Yeah.
just literally wrote P4A
Absolutely.
right there. That was crazy.
I think that could make a solid fighter right there. That series.
absolutely.
There's a lot of really interesting characters. They all have very unique move sets. I mean, get on it.
that'd be good.
Another one that I personally would love to see, but it would probably end up being shit. But they might be able to work it out. Revolutionary Goalina.
Oh.
Don't know that one.
Okay, so it's kind of a deconstruction of the Magical Girl show, but basically what happens is in the show.
Magical color today.
Yeah, absolutely. What happens in the show is basically there's they have duels. It's like sword duels or whatever,
And giant robots.
and no giant robots actually.
Those aren't giant robots. Are they just armor?
Yeah, they're just armor.
Oh, the way they frame them make it look
is
like
it-
they're
oh, yeah.
gigantic.
Oh no.
Is it like Kill a Kill style where they just take on this armor, put on this armor, and then
No, well, I mean, they transform, but most of the transformation is just like, oh, now one has a shoulder pad and a little regal. It's very regal. It's very regal.
fighting evil by moonlight?
Yeah, you know what? The same guys that worked on Sailor Moon
Really?
did this one.
That makes
In
sense.
response to Sailor Moon. Because they were just
Everyone's
like, we can
legs are a million miles
Oh,
long.
dude, their heads are so tall.
Yeah.
Their faces are so pointy.
Pointy.
I love
So
this.
Why
I
is
love
that
this
theme
series.
song so banging?
I don't know, dude.
Dude,
We
it
were
is.
singing it last time, so
It's
yeah.
so
Yeah,
good.
it's so good. The next one, Project Echo.
Yeah. Okay.
I can see
You guys
that.
familiar with
Yeah.
that?
Mhm. Yeah, I can see that.
I just want to slam on people with Echo. That's
Okay.
really it.
Solid.
You know,
Yeah.
and then Biko could have a bunch of moves where she just brings out all the different inventions that she has. You know,
Yeah.
I think that would be solid.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Next one, Samurai Champloo.
There
was one.
Oh, was there?
They did a game.
It was
not a fighting game, but they did a game.
Yeah,
but
it was another one of those games that I was saying before.
Dude, you're telling me you don't want to flip on people with Mugen?
Well, if you come over to my place and you play Soul Calibur with me, I have a Mugen, I have a Jean, I also have a Fu ready to go.
Wow,
I've got a Vincent ready to go from
hell yeah.
Yeah, I didn't finish my Spike Spiegel, but I mean, I feel like this.
You don't have a jet? Come on, man, no jet.
The question is who. I usually only make these characters if there's a fighting style that really fits that character.
Right.
And then it's like, whose fighting style would Jet use? Asura? You know, I guess that'd be the
Maxi.
You know,
Yeah.
I could flex that. I could flex that. But yeah, that would be really good. So as far as characters though, like you're really
limited.
Limited.
That's what I was thinking.
You are kind of limited with that,
man.
but I feel like, especially if you got a couple of like other side characters, because you got this whole like other group that's kind of pursuing them throughout the show. I mean, you can pull from them.
Okay.
You know, I mean, there are enough characters.
Yeah.
There just aren't a lot of like main
the
focus.
Sunflower
characters.
Samurai.
Yeah.
You know, he gets lit.
Absolutely.
But in most cases, they end up just finding somebody and just killing them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
You
but
know,
I mean,
I feel like there aren't
I think
many main characters, and that might
There
be
was
the
that
issue with a
blind
lot
samurai.
of.
There was a blind samurai. There was who was the woman that tried to kill Mugen?
it's been
Yeah.
so long since I've seen this.
Yeah, I think she like tried to she poisoned him.
She poisoned
and then
him.
fought
Yeah.
him.
Is that
and
the
he
one
still-
where Jean dresses up like a geisha?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that one.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
That
yeah,
one's
right.
really good. Yeah.
That's a good episode. I love that
Yeah,
episode.
that one's because he's totally got his oh man, what's it called, the
Three things.
three-string
Shamisen.
shamisen. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the shamisen, and they're like, play me a song, and he's like, clank, 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 clank.
Yeah, dude. The next one on here, X.
Oh, dude, X is actually a solid
X
one.
would be solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
X has enough. You know what
I'm
we're
thinking
talking
about Samurai X.
No, X
No.
was the there's the Dragons of Heaven and Dragons of the Earth.
Yeah.
And there's basically two
Wasn't
groups
that
of
like
people.
a Clamp manga?
I think I'm not sure if it's Clamp or not, but it's
definitely-
there's three
yeah.
versions of it though, because there's the show, the movie, and the manga, and all of them are slightly different.
I know
all of
that
them
I've
have their own
seen
thing
X,
going on.
but
Yeah.
why?
Kamui, there's
Kamui.
Kamui
Kamui
and his
Kamui.
and Kamui, yeah, and that shit gets
Kamui
so.
fights Kamui.
And
There's so
Kamui
just-
talks about Kamui,
There's
and
so much
Kamui.
Yeah, Kamui.
Boy, yeah.
X plus Clamp. List of X characters.
See, I thought it was Clamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see what?
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, totally.
That's a good one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I feel like would be solid.
When?
The next one, Tenchi.
Oh, dude,
Tenchi Muyo.
I loved your idea for this. Now talk about this.
Okay.
This is stellar.
So all it is it's all the girls from throughout the shows and whatnot.
Not Tenchi. Tenchi doesn't fight.
Tenchi doesn't
Okay.
fight. All Tenchi does is sit in the middle of the battle ring, just shaking his head.
So he's like Shao Kahn, but sad because he
Right?
doesn't
He's
want to
just
see
like,
this.
"Fuck,
He's
why?
like, ladies,
Every
please,
time."
ladies, please stop
I
fighting
just
over
don't
me.
I don't want to deal with this right now.
That's genius, Scott.
brilliant.
It's
Yeah.
genius.
So good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So whoever wins, like, does he
Get-
have to take him out? Like he
Yeah,
has
that's
to
what,
do
what
it.
it is.
That's a
like,
good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
at
Whoever
the
wins
end-
the
at
whole
end,
tournament.
there's a-
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, there's an
Either
animation.
that or they think that, so they're just horribly disappointed.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, well, thanks, bye,
thanks,
guys.
No, what it is
I
is
love
there's
it.
an
I love it.
there's an
'Cause that's what he
ending
would do.
animation.
Yeah.
That's how it actually
There's
goes.
an ending animation where whoever wins, whichever girl wins, just like has him by the hand
And is
just
dragging
kinda-
him?
And just dragging him, and he's just like,
Yeah, dude, this is a winner. This
Yeah,
is a winner.
I think that one's
because I
probably
know
the
our
most-
System Works watches our podcast.
Absolute-
Make this, guys.
Make a
Come on.
Tenchi- make a Tenchi fighter,
Make a
guys.
Tenchi fighter. Anybody make a Tenchi fighter.
I had one other on here, but I think I'm going to transfer that one to the other list. But my last one, Rom the One Half.
Oh.
Ranma
Okay.
has a lot of fighting games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I kind
it
of
was
figured
very,
that.
It was very popular.
That was Super.
In
that was Super era.
NES,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super NES era. Also, I think leading into PlayStation, I think it's actually a PlayStation game as well.
Oh, cool. Heck yeah.
Like,
All
yeah,
right.
Ranma has quite a few
I
fighters.
figured
and
that
they're actually pretty good. They're kind of on that level of like the old Dragon Ball games, like Ultimate Battle 22.
I gotcha.
Kind of
Man.
like
cool.
And so,
Dude, did you guys ever play that Gundam Wing Endless Duel on Super Nintendo?
Yes.
That's so
That was
hype.
it was very good.
That might
really
have
good.
that actually thinking about that, I just changed my mind about what the first anime fighter is.
Yeah.
It's Gundam Wing Endless Duel because it was on Super. And
Oh,
it had air
yeah.
dashes, and it
Right.
plays just like, and it's based on Gundam Wing. Like
Yeah.
that's
That's an anime
probably the
fighter
most
right there.
full-on anime fighter. And what I mean is using the more modern mechanics of what an anime fighter is today, right?
Yeah.
Like that has
Yeah,
that thing.
but, I mean,
Dude, that game is
maybe-
hype
I
and
think
fast.
that
And
the first anime fighter, it might be
It might-
Ranma.
it might be Ranma or Dragon
It
Ball.
might
Yeah,
be,
one of the others,
Well,
yeah.
but Dragon Ball.
Because there were a
there
couple
were
of
a
those
lot
Dragon Ball fighters back
fighters.
then,
Yeah.
There were a
too.
lot of them. And
You
so-
remember that one on PlayStation 1? It was like the first game that you could go up
Go
into
up
the
in the
air.
air, you could fly
That
up
was
there
so
and fight up
cool.
there, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, you know. Oh, wait, are you done with your list?
No. I have
What
a
you
whole
got?
nother list.
Oh,
Oh no!
Scott, I was like, name 2. I wouldn't try.
I went ham.
I named one. I thought that was the question.
Okay,
You said
so
what anime
let me-
do you
let
like
me
to
run
see
through
made
this
in
last
I'm
list
like,
because-
shit, man, I gotta really think about
So
that.
Scott
I got
says
one.
all of
Scott
them.
Said
Scott-
every
Dude,
single one.
Dude, he told me about this. I got off the phone. It was literally like maybe 5 minutes later. It's
Yeah.
just like, I have a list. I mean, I got on that shit. I love this.
Obsessive much?
So let me just run through these real quick because
Okay.
these are ones that I don't think would work quite as well, but I would love if they existed. So number 1, Agent Ica. Number 2, Cutie Honey.
Cutie Honey. Ooh.
Number 3, a Devilman fighter.
Yeah.
Alright,
Number
alright.
4, Bastard.
Yeah.
Number whatever. I'm not numbering these. Dragon Half, I think would make a really cool fighter. Maiden Abyss, I think could potentially be a really cool fighter.
See, Scott, this is why all of these like cookie cutter
Because
fighting
because you've just told
People
them
like
that we're gonna buy
Right,
everything.
right,
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and
See,
they're gonna do,
he's-
see this is why we keep getting shitty My Hero Academia fighting game adaptations and shit.
Well,
man.
this is gonna be funny to you guys. A K-On fighter.
Oh yeah, K-On.
I'm just saying that would be
What
fucking
if
cute.
instead we had a K-On rhythm game?
I would be surprised if there already wasn't one. I really
Like,
would.
legit. There might,
Yeah.
There might actually be one of those. And then the last one, gamers.
Game.
Just 'cause I wanna beat up
just-
teenagers.
That's just funny.
Because I want to beat up teenagers.
So I just gotta say, right here is the best of an anime to a fighting game. This is it. This is the number one. This is the number one because it's broke as shit. It's
Yeah.
Hokuto no Ken. And it's only Japanese.
You don't know, but you're already dead.
This is the best one. This is the best one, and this is also probably the only Hokuto no Ken game that's really good. You know,
Yeah.
the rest of them are kind of half-assed. You know, this one they went balls to the walls. It is fucking wild.
It is fucking fast, is what it is. Jesus.
Wow. This right here, guys. The mechanics still hold up today. It's just broke. That's the only problem.
Yeah,
but
you got infinites out there.
Yeah,
this-
you can't.
this-
Off-screen
dude.
infinites.
dude, it,
Do you like? I was watching some video with like professionals fighting. And one dude picked Ray, and he was just putting the dude up against the wall and just slamming on him the
Dude.
whole fucking time. Like the other dude didn't even get a fucking hit in. It was so bad. Oh, I felt bad, man.
and
I felt bad
there's
for him.
another one that this always reminds me of that I never got to play. Sengoku Basara X. Okay, that's based on Devil Kings, and Devil Kings is a Capcom Muso that's actually pretty cool. It was kind of flew under the radar. It was like PS2 era, right?
Never played it.
Devil Kings is really cool.
Yeah.
And Sengoku Basara X is the anime
Air out my
fighter
ears.
version of Devil Kings, half made by Capcom, half made by Arc System Works.
Wait a minute. Okay, well, fine. If you get to make a huge ass list,
Yeah, there you go, man.
You know what? You know what? Actually, my dream game is, and
What's
it
that?
sounds
Yeah.
so fucking cliche, man.
Huh.
It's super cliche.
It's
I
Berserk.
want-
Yeah, it's Berserk. I know.
Right.
It's Berserk.
Berserk?
That's all.
Yeah, dude.
No, absolutely not. What I want is I want Arc System Works to give Naruto the Dragon Ball Fighters treatment. If they would give me that, because I mean, honestly,
the other ones were good.
They're very good. The Naruto games are actually very good.
Solid,
man. Is that it?
Well, Shippuden was actually the show. That's
that was the show.
That's the time skip. So you have Naruto when he's a really young child, and he goes off to train with Jiraiya. There is Ultimate Ninja Storm, and there's Ultimate Ninja Storms 1 through 4, and they are phenomenal.
Those
but they're more like those 3D style like arena based fighters where you're running around.
Right.
A little bit more of a brawler.
Kind
of. They're a lot more accessible.
But man, they had the thing where you had to do the quick time event against each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's sick.
Dude.
It's absolutely
it was super fun, man.
And then they got there. That's not Dimps. Who did the animation for that? It was the same team who did what was the last thing they did? What was the name of the series? It wasn't Asura's Wrath. Or was it Asura's Wrath? Maybe it was. It was the team who did Asura's Wrath.
That's CyberConnect?
CyberConnect
24?
CyberConnect 2.
Yeah.
Is it 24?
CyberConnect.
CyberConnect,
some
number after that. They were the ones
Yeah.
who did the Ultimate Ninja Storm, Ultimate Ninja Storm 4.
Yeah.
And it shows. It's like you are watching an anime while you're playing this game.
Absolutely.
I would love to see
dude.
it get that 2D style treatment, because thinking kind of like a versus game. You have all these ninja with all these incredible abilities. Like you could really create a really deep fighting engine around those, and every character is a 10 out of 10. Every character is
Rock Lee.
Dude, love him. Love him. I want to see Neji in action.
Yeah.
I want to see Kakashi Akate. And so, like,
what's his name? Goro? Is that his name?
Gara.
That's always my favorite.
Yeah. Gara's it's a tragic story.
Yeah, man.
But that would be another anime that I would love to see. And look, just saying that, go watch Naruto. Everyone go watch Naruto. Raise your children on Naruto. Like seriously, you have this amazing tool.
You have a point. I could actually watch that with my daughter.
You need to raise that little girl on Naruto.
To learn some values.
That's right. Seriously, man, it's all about loyalty. It's all about bonds. It's all about friendship. It's all about love. It's all about taking the hard path or the path not most traveled because it's your path. You know? And sometimes like people may not want to stand beside you, but keep standing. I mean,
keep moving forward, guys.
Like if I really think about Naruto, I'm already hearing that theme. Like if I think I'm sitting there thinking about it, I'm like, man, I could make myself cry easily, dude. Oh my god, just easily, man. And so do that favor for yourself and for your community.
And
tell
for
everyone
us.
Because the worst thing that happened in Naruto is that it was popular. That's the worst thing, because all of a sudden anime community, because they're elitist and whatever, part of it kind of, but I don't believe in being elitist like that.
Right.
Gatekeeping is bullshit.
It is. It absolutely is. But people put into that, kind of like Avatar: The Last Airbender. They put it into a toy box. It's like, oh no, that's for the kids.
That's for
you
kids.
Can't take it seriously.
Which is bullshit.
It is absolutely
hey guys,
bullshit.
Most of this shit's for kids.
Anime ain't that, dude. I really believe that animation is the future of entertainment as a whole.
Yeah.
And it's further being proven with things like Love, Death, and Robots, with things like Invincible. It's like all of a sudden these, because mostly it's Westerners who have that stigma. If it's animated, I don't want to watch it. It's for children. I don't want to watch it.
Adults been watching animation in the Asian countries for years.
And anything can happen. All possibilities are possible in animation. And also you don't have like, oh, that's Chris Hemsworth. Like, it's like
celebrity
Chris.
voice
Chris,
actors
you're the
kind of ruin things, don't they?
Well, we're gonna see more of those, so just buckle up.
Just get used to it.
But that it is.
Hey, it's all right. Mark Hamill's been in a few anime, so it's
one or
He's
two.
Guyver,
I think
dude.
He's done like
I know that's not anime. I don't care. He's Guyver. I'm just saying
I
that.
thought we were joking. That man has done so
He's
much.
done so
and then,
much,
have you
dude.
seen is it Batman Ninja?
Yeah.
Boy,
Batman
lit.
Ninja. Yeah,
Really?
Lit.
Yeah, Batman Ninja's
what?
good.
Like, why is it so good? It shouldn't be. When you see the Joker, bro, like just put it on your schedule. Just make sure you see this. Yeah, it's like an anime Batman. They just did Batman in anime
really
style.
Good.
He's like taking place like 16th century feudal Japan, and Why? Just don't ask why.
You
don't need to know that.
It's cool.
Remember?
Because it's
cool.
cool.
Yeah. And so, but no. Anyway, what I'm saying, like, I really do believe that a Naruto game not only would be freaking cool for me, but it would sell.
Oh,
it
yeah,
would
easily.
sell, and so many people would play. Because what do you do after Dragon Ball, right? Like, you've done Dragon Ball Fighters, and you've done it very well.
More Persona. More Persona.
I mean,
More Persona.
That's what we need, right?
That's what
we need. We got Persona, Dancing, and Moonlight, and all this other jazz. I really do think that this would be a good time to strike with a Naruto. Because what do you do next? Like, you've already done Dragon Ball. Do we include Power Rangers Battle for the Grid? Does that count as an anime fighter?
That's pretty much an anime fighter.
I mean, where do we put that?
It's a Sentai fighter.
It's a Sentai fighter.
Absolutely. But it's fucking good.
Dude, it's
really, really
good.
good.
And now Ryu and Chun-Li.
Boy.
Man.
That is.
Yeah, and they're wearing Power Rangers outfits.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's on the 25th. I was about to say, that might be today.
Oh, dude.
Shit.
Yeah.
So it's going down. But so we are seeing more developers, put love and care into these anime fighters, and I think it's mostly because of things like Dragon Ball Fighters. It's like, people won't just settle for some little
just slapping something out.
And slapping the name on there.
Yeah,
and just be
absolutely.
like, okay, well, there's the game, guys. There's a lot more scrutiny. When it comes
nowadays,
to fighting games as a whole.
So to bring up that, I think that's a good transition to Guilty Gear Beta, the Guilty Gear Strive Beta that just came out.
What are we talking about here?
Well, they can't just slap something out, is what you just said, right?
Yeah.
That's what you just said. So how you feel? Do you think they're just slapping this out?
No, I think that having played the first beta and then playing the second beta, I understand what they're doing and I respect what they're doing. Guilty Gear has always been a very difficult fighter to play versus any other 2D fighters.
Totally.
You can do so much more with that combo system. It's very, very open-ended. Also, there's that kind of weird, a lot of the attacks are very low damage, so get ready to hit people a lot.
Yeah,
that's going to go down.
Especially if you're Chip.
Especially if you're, well, they even called him that, right? Chip, that's what we're doing, guys. And so I think that it's a good idea to modernize it. Like, they tried it with Exard, and it worked. But the problem with Exard is that Exard is still Guilty Gear, and Guilty Gear's fighting system is not as user-friendly, I'll say, as a lot of as your Street Fighters.
Even though they streamlined Roman cancels, it still was fucking hard.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a very hard
absolutely.
game to play. And so, did Guilty Gear need simplification? As a person who's played ever since the first Guilty Gear, I'm going to say absolutely not. But will that, now that the anime fighter world has garnered respect due to Dragon Ball Fighters, now that, and also due to the fact that Street Fighter V is just not one of the best games out there. Yeah. People are looking into other directions to find that fighting game depth. That depth. And so, does Guilty Gear, does this new Guilty Gear Strive, does it need to exist? Probably. Do I hate it? Yeah, but it's cool. Everything just feels weightier. Everything feels heavier. Everything's slower.
Yeah, it
more
did seem
grounded,
really slow.
and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
it looks great.
Dead gorgeous.
I love the way Amelia looks. Dude. I love her.
Yeah, all the new costume designs are great.
They gave her that bam,
man.
Boy. And so I mean, and then Nago, man. Nagoriyuki is like one of the coolest models I've ever seen in gaming as a whole.
Seriously, man.
That dude,
the way his mask closes and
by
everything.
Itself, let's go,
man.
That's
also, I think it's bullshit though. When you first start, that sword is on. He's already over here on your side of the screen.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, man, you get that back on your
side.
side.
Did you play with him?
No, I didn't touch him yet.
So far, he's my main. Well, Zato is always going to be my main. That's just a deal. But Nago is really cool because he's high risk, high reward.
You got hot ears?
I got sweaty ears.
Okay.
I'm trying to air out my ears.
I thought you were signaling us.
This is how I signal.
I don't know what he's trying to tell me, guys. Can we interpret this?
Yes.
I don't know. Do I need to fiddle the knobs again?
For real? Do not touch that knob.
Yeah. No, fucking touch that knob.
Don't touch that knob.
Don't touch that knob. So what do you think of this? And so, I do think that it's going to perform well. But the problem is that what they're doing is not what's comfortable to them. And now with these betas, they're putting themselves at the mercy of a very ravenous, very bored community in society. With everyone, after pandemic and everything, some places still kind of in quarantine, people spending a lot more time at home playing these games and just consuming them, like at a rapid rate. At some point, they're going to have to draw the line and be like, hey, this is our game and this is how we're going to make it. Because if they keep reacting to people and their complaints and keep changing things,
then they're never going to finish the fucking game.
They're never going to finish the fucking game. And when they do, it's going to be like...
It's going to be a mangled mess.
Right, and everyone's going to be pretty upset. They're going to be like, okay, well, this is what we wanted. And the worst thing that could happen, Guilty Gear doesn't really have bad games in its series. Like Overture is something special.
Yeah, it's actually not a bad game at all. It's just weird.
Game. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Guilty Gear has a lot of like really weird
Some people
games.
really hated Asuka, but Asuka is by far not a bad game. It is amazing.
Yeah, and so that's the thing. But this could end up being, if they're not careful, that black mark on the series. And do I think that's actually what's going to happen? No. Am I worried for it to happen because I love Guilty Gear so much? Yes.
You just don't want them to drop the ball.
I don't want them to drop the ball because right now, like look, Dragon Ball FighterZ took the spot of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that took MVC's home. Like that's massive, right?
Yeah,
and you see it on a major stage. So now all of a sudden, anime fighters are a thing. They're on the map.
Yeah, absolutely.
And these guys are really kind of the only ones with the ball. Outside of like French bread, outside of like and so like they've got to run, they've got to hit it, and I think that it is smarter to kind of force people to adapt to your systems versus
rather than trying to tone
down.
Yeah, tone down.
You know what? You coming from the food service industry.
Yes.
You've talked to me before about the idea of training your audience. You train your guests.
Yeah,
right?
train your customers.
You're not trying to force them. You're not trying to tell them you got to do this, but you're informing them. No, trust me, the gameplay would be better if it was a little faster. No, trust me, if you take the time to learn this, you will appreciate it more in the long run.
Exactly.
And it's like maybe that kind of relationship needs to happen with ARC and their consumer base. But they've been doing that for so long, and I've heard the argument from ARC that nobody was able to pull off these moves except for a handful of super top tier guys.
Well, I don't think that inputs, like a lot of people think, like with Battle for the Grid, they don't have any complex inputs. Everything is one direction, one button, and that's what you're doing.
Oh, Smash style kind of.
Yeah, right. And it works. You can pull off some crazy shit. Now I'm old school, so I love the feeling of popping out a DP on a arcade stick. I just love it, dude. It just feels
it feels good whenever you can pull that off, especially if you can pull that shit off consistently.
Right, but we're looking at ARC and we're like, okay, well, some of these commands are too complicated. SNK has been doing this crazy
pretzels
fucking shit, bro. Double pretzels.
What?
Double
pretzels?
Dude, like, what's going on here, man? So I don't feel like ARC ever went that hard.
Yeah, but you got a Rising Storm.
Yeah. And it's so worth it.
Oh, it's worth it. When you land it, you feel like a god. You're like, I double pretzel on me. Out of the air. Come on, like.
And so like simplifying, I'm like, look, man, like I understand, people like, okay, we don't play this game because inputs are too difficult, or okay, we don't play this game. Look, the reason why people don't play fighting games is because people hate to lose. And one thing about fighters is that in order to get good at a fighting game,
you gotta lose a couple times.
You gotta suck. You gotta suck before you
It's the same
get
reason
into it.
people don't like Souls games, right? They don't want to die. They don't
die.
like that you died.
You
screen.
died.
For me, that's a challenge.
Right.
That's like, you died.
People have this weird association with like failure and and themselves and how it just makes them feel about themselves. It's kind of like, okay, in these those We Play tournaments, you know how the brackets work in fighting games. You've got your, winners bracket. Whoever loses goes down to the losers pool, and then they fight their way out of losers and to
they
get
can
into
get
the
back
grand
up.
finals.
Yeah,
exactly.
If you're the winner of the losers, then you can come back.
There it is. You know what I'm saying? You're losers. Hey, losers is where it gets dirty. That's where the battle is. That's where it goes down.
That's where when I was talking about, he was showing me some of the Hokuto no Ken.
Right.
Yeah, Hokuto no Ken fighter. they were in the losers.
Fist of the North Star, by the way,
that
guys.
shit got vicious.
Yeah, it gets crazy,
serious.
man. Because I mean, that's where at that point you want it. You're almost out.
Oh yeah.
And so
at that point.
it's like all bets are off. Let's go. They've actually had to change that to the lower bracket.
Whoa.
Yes,
Wow.
that's actually what. Because people have been complaining. They're just like, well, no one should be called a loser, and it's like. Oh, man.
y'all
Oh,
fucking,
like, come
are you
on.
kidding me?
Yeah. So now it's like the winner's bracket and the lower bracket. And it's just like...
You mean the loser bracket, right?
Yeah,
I'd say it every
You know,
time.
I'm like, dude, yeah, you're in losers, bro. Like, what? You can't take that? It's like, you lost.
Yes, I'm going to go sit in the losers bracket
Right?
where we lost.
Yeah, that's what happened. But I guess we are in Birmingham, Alabama. And anyway.
Yeah.
We're just gonna just slide right over
Whatever.
that.
Which, by the way, that's why we have the air conditioner on, because it's hot as shit in Alabama.
Yeah,
So if you
it's
hear some air
incredibly
conditioner,
hot.
sorry.
Oh, that thing is a game changer. This
Oh,
is
man, this makes it so much better in here.
It makes it so much easier just to have these long form
You're
conversations.
not
and
dripping
stuff.
with sweat.
Not really, not except for my ears.
My back isn't all sweaty. This is great. We need to get you some breathable ones. See, that's why I like the
Yeah,
open-sided ones, right?
Yeah,
they
well,
breathe.
I let Trey have the open side ones.
That's right.
Yeah,
Well, man, no, we're good.
We're good. I just think it's funny that I can say I have sweaty ears. Yeah. Every once in a while.
Every time he does that, it's like a waterfall comes pouring out.
Oh man.
Oh,
well,
dude,
so, I mean, I kind of just wanted to
I think it's good.
the Strive beta. Yeah.
At this point, I think that they really should revisit their roots.
Yeah, which
before
what he
we
means is
go-
why don't we have plus R on this shit?
Right.
Right.
People won't play it. So my question to you is, how do you feel about the Strive beta?
I want to. It's
Right? That see. All right, I feel so much better now because it's hard.
Yeah.
That's
well,
such a
dude,
difficult thing.
I don't play quite as much Guilty Gear as you guys, but I've played a good bit, and I can usually hold my own, especially if I can get like Milia, like that's my main, But I can usually hold my own pretty well. But I got on there the other day and just got my ass handed to me, you know, and like,
I mean, I guess I have to say it sucks, but it's almost like the only reason I'm buying it is because Anji's back.
Yeah.
Because I love
Anji
Anji.
and they gave him the business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody should have the business. That's the thing.
That's the thing.
Well,
everybody
that's
should have
problem.
the business.
Well,
In
they
Plus
should.
R, everybody has the business.
Right. Well, they really should.
Even ABBA has the business.
But
all right.
what ends up happening due to
Mamma
the fact
mia.
that there are so many moves in Guilty Gear. People's moves lists are like just super fucking long, right?
Well, yeah, because
Like
a lot of them
Zato.
like lead into one
It's
another.
still not as
You know,
bad as like Soul Calibur.
Well, but that's different with. I mean, Soul Calibur, your moves are part of your movement.
You're right.
You're
right.
When
and 8-way run and all that stuff really ties into it.
Yeah, and so, but you're absolutely right. I've always said that learning Soul Calibur, learning Tekken is almost the same as learning how to play a musical instrument.
Yeah.
Each character is like a different instrument. Man.
Seriously.
And they all require different approaches
and different rhythms and
and it's a library of different moves. But as a Zato 1 main, I've lost so many moves. I've lost my my multi-range invite hells. All right.
Yeah.
That breaks my heart. You used to be able to actually juggle people, bounce people from one to the next to the next if you time it properly. Yeah, for real. So that's gone. There are a lot of moves that they're going to be dropping. So
did they take a bunch away from Venom?
Venom's not in the game.
What? Venom's not in the game?
No.
How is there a guild?
Right?
There's no Venom.
Yeah, no Venom, dude. He'll probably be DLC.
Oh,
Yeah,
and that's the other
DLC.
fucking problem I have with modern fighters is that I don't want to buy 20 DLC characters.
Right. Yeah.
That's why I think that SNK is doing it right, because they're about to release King of Fighters 15, and there's gonna be like 50 plus characters
Off the bat.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's what we're doing.
Hell yeah.
And so
That's what I want. That's what I want, man. That's what I've wanted with when Marvel vs. Capcom 3 first came out. I was really expecting them just to put everybody from all the other ones in it. I was really expecting that.
Yeah.
But the licensing and that was the whole when Marvel was fractured all over the place kind of thing. I always want to see Anacharus. I love some Anacharus and his big wacky ass. He's my favorite.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Oh, really, I actually played way more BB Hood than I played Anacharus. That was why I said that.
She's sick.
Yeah, dude.
She's sick.
Yeah.
They put her in Marvel.
Yeah.
But I would love to see her come back.
Yeah.
I would love to see her get her own game.
BB Hood?
Yeah.
Dude. BB Hood as like a platformer side scroller, like BB Hood game.
Oh man, that would be fun as fuck.
It would be so good. It would be so good.
But no, I'm excited
Capcom,
about
we're trying to help
Strive.
you out.
I just don't. I don't know. I'm on the fence. Like, should I buy this game just so I can play Anji and so that I can be unhappy with it for a while? Did you pre-order it?
Yeah.
So
I got the $99 deluxe edition for them costumes, boy.
And
I want to see Nago in that PlayStation Blue because I called it. Remember, I told you. I'm like, they're probably going to give you that sick black and PlayStation Blue, costume, and that's exactly what they dropped.
Yeah.
And Nago,
he looks so good at that.
Nasty,
dude.
Nasty. So I'm like, man, y'all can have it because I also believe. Look, I'm that weird guy that. I'm loyal to those companies who are loyal to me, man.
Yeah,
like, I
absolutely,
believe in supporting the people who create the things that I love.
Absolutely.
And
right?
Arc's good.
And they
really are, man.
And so like
even
I'm
if they misstep, they're out
still
for the
good.
fans.
Exactly, and they're doing the best that they can. It's just
their
in a rough
B
position
game is
now.
a lot of
rough,
other people's A game.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah,
kind of
seriously.
thing,
It's like, dude, it's like when Christopher Nolan releases a movie and everybody like, this movie's shit. I'm like, you mean it's like amazing but not as good as his other movies?
Yeah,
is what
pretty
you
much.
mean.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
comparing a Picasso to a Picasso.
Yeah, it's like, well, this Picasso sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
This Picasso's a
Cool.
masterpiece.
Yeah. all those, all those dumbass Leonardo da Vinci inventions. Those ones are so stupid. Okay, guys. Yeah.
real.
Well, I guess
Sixteen's Chapel just isn't as good as David.
it's just not. It's just not. Like objectively,
Objectively,
dude. Objectively,
not as good.
So
it's just a little bloated.
I just wanted to say before we wrap this up. I mean, I wanted to kind of give a shout out to some other anime fighters.
Yeah, absolutely. Usually I'm the one throwing up my collection. Today it's Philip's turn.
Arcana Heart, guys. Arcana Heart. This is one a lot of folks don't know about.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that
It's
one's
real
really good.
good.
And that's actually a completely different. It's a Examu. Is that how you say their name? AQ Interactive and Examu. Those are the developers. It's an Atlas game.
Oh.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Here's a good old Guilty Gear X2 and Accent Core Plus. That's what I want again.
Two solid.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is not an anime fighter, but I'd just like to bring it up. Okay, if you like anime fighters, Bloody Roar.
Bloody Roar,
Play some
man.
Bloody Roar. It's amazing. That's
Yeah.
always been one of my
They were
favorites.
actually, there were talks about a new Bloody Roar.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
man,
I
that would
need
be
it.
I think
great.
that now is the time for a new Bloody
It'd be
Roar,
perfect.
especially
Yeah.
with for
It was
like
always
PS5.
fast too.
You know, like for PS5, since we have these high-speed SSDs, you can do so much with the characters now. You
Yeah,
know? Like, you don't have to
absolutely.
sit there and worry about like, oh, we don't have enough RAM to save, 4 active characters at any given time.
Right.
You know, now we can have tag battles.
You can have as many
Seriously.
characters as you want.
Oh
at this
yeah.
point. Yeah.
You know, have like even stage transitions.
Yeah,
like I mean,
dude.
it's like I would hate to see because that's like I said, Capcom. You know, I'm sure you saw that whole thing where they got hacked.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know,
And-
they leaked all of these future plans. You know, because Power Stone is coming back.
Hey, that's how we found out about Resident Evil 4 VR too.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
know.
And everybody was like, "Nah, that's bullshit. That's dumb."
You're right. You know, everybody's going back and looking at those old franchises and bringing them back. Like that game would shine right now.
Oh,
you know,
easily.
like and Bloody Roar has never been like the deepest fighter in the world,
But
it's damn sure
But it's also
entertaining.
made
Yeah,
by,
it is.
let me make sure I'm right about this. It's well, it says Hudson actually,
Soft.
but I was
Yeah.
pretty sure that Rising did this.
Wow.
I'm fairly certain Rising did it. Which Rising is more better known for their shmups, their arcade shmups.
Right.
But yeah, like the music is amazing in
It's
Bloody
very
Roar
good.
too. Oh, it's so good.
Jenny, the bat.
Yeah, dude. Busuzima.
You know, oh yeah, dude. Oh fuck him.
Fucking
Oh my god, dude, he is so OP, boy.
dude.
So OP,
Nah,
and
dude.
fucking mole.
Yeah.
I love him.
Oh yeah, Bakuryu.
Yeah, Bakuryu. Oh wait, was it Bakuryu or Busuzima is the lizard, the
Yeah,
chameleon.
who is also OP.
Yeah,
as
he's
hell.
OP as
Yeah.
fuck.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Bakuryu.
Bakuryu. Yeah, dude, Bakuryu
cool.
was the guy that I always played with because I mean, come on,
He's sick. He's
yeah,
like,
he-
yeah.
He did the and turned into a log.
Yeah.
like, come on, dude.
Yeah, that's right.
What am I missing? Persona 4 Arena.
That's super solid.
Yeah.
What other anime fighters can you think of that are
this
worth
one,
checking out?
I don't know if you guys even know.
I mean,
this
Blaze
game.
Blue. We haven't mentioned
of course.
any
Blaze
Blaze
Blue.
Blue.
God,
I mean,
yeah. Well, we gotta do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that is in my estimation the best anime fighter ever.
Yeah, I absolutely
that is
do
the best
love
anime.
Blaze
I
Blue.
love Guilty Gear. I
Yeah.
truly do.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like Capcom having their Street Fighter series, which would be more equivalent to Guilty Gear, and then the Versus series being more equivocal to Blaze Blue. Things are over the top, like all the way.
And
over the
individual
top.
characters have some special mechanics and like all those kind of things.
Right, all those drives and everything. Like
Because Blaze Blue
you can spin guns. You get to do gun kata in that game.
Yeah. You're a
'cause
Noel player.
You
You're
know
a Noel.
man, you know he's a
Noel.
Noel
Of course,
player.
Of course
fucking
you are,
Noel
man.
player,
Whatever.
man.
That
know
shit
it.
fuck out of
You
here.
know
The fuck
that was
outta here.
obvious.
She's so hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Like, she
Dude,
really
I
is.
love her, dude.
She's a great character.
I
She is.
will
She's really good.
flip them guns on you real quick,
man.
dude.
Yeah, but she
run
just
up on
chain
you.
combos you. She just chain
Yeah,
combos.
that's
what
it.
it is.
That's why I like
Oh.
her.
It is. My main was Rachel Alucard, and then that segued in Central
Rachel is
Fiction.
a lot of fun to play.
She's
I
a lot
will
of fun to
say
play,
that.
but they keep having to nerf her because she's just
she's
too
so
much.
fucking OP.
Yeah, she's too much. But you have to be
Dude,
really creative.
original.
Dude, yeah, back when you do the
Calamity
body
trigger,
Lily,
Body
it damn near pops your speakers. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh
the
my
body-
God.
Lily, all that lightning. Just,
Seriously,
wow!
yeah.
It's like, okay,
Man.
let's go.
Yeah.
But no, man, I ended up transitioning in Central Fiction to 9 the Phantom.
9's dope,
Nine's
dude.
my
9 is really
shit.
cool.
9's my shit.
I was really
And
expecting
the
you to
simple
say
fact
that you were a
it works.
Lychee player.
Oh, no, Lychee was
I
my
do
second
Lychee.
main
Yeah,
after Rachel.
that was
and I played
mine.
Lychee for a long time, and then I went back to Rachel.
Because she's like if you took
But then-
Jam and Mai and slammed them
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. And so
Yeah.
I love Lychee. My only problem with Lychee is her lore.
Yeah, that she's like a doctor
well,
and
that part is cool. It's just that she's obsessed with
Arakune, and he's
you know,
losing his
and
mind.
His mind is lost. He's trying to save him.
He doesn't even
he
exist anymore
He got
for real.
too close to the boundary and turned into just
That.
whatever he is.
I love Arakune.
Now that character.
God damn, dude.
That character.
He's based on
is
No
so
Face
well-designed.
from Spirited Away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, and just all the different animations that he has, like
It's so
sick, dude.
beautiful,
Now, okay, now
dude.
this
Sick.
leads to another thing. And I don't even.
What you
know if
got?
It's worth
What you
asking.
got? What you got?
Would you? Because I know the answer to it. Would you like to see Blaze Blue get the Strive treatment?
No.
No.
I want it 2D. I want it to stay 2D.
But it's another one of those franchises that the community is smaller. It's very niche. Blue is niche, man.
Absolutely.
A lot of people played it, of course, but it's still very, very niche when it comes to the overall FGC as a whole. And so, like, I wonder, because Blaze Blue is all about that speed. I wonder if that would still end up being, because look, Arc System does the same thing that Capcom did. They put out that first iteration of whatever, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
The sweet spot is always the Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Well, that's when
they did the same thing with 3.
A lot of the
Exactly.
stuff,
They did Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and then they did Ultimate. And once again, that second one, ever since Street Fighter 2, this has been our pattern.
Yeah.
And so, I can't help but wonder if, since we're going to get Guilty Gear, if this hits really hard, if they're going to also try to bring Blaze Blue over to the casual audience as well. Because there's already mobile games. The newest Blaze Blue is a mobile game.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's
good.
like this franchise.
And I think they ported that version to the Switch. Is
I
that
think
the
they
one
did.
that's on
I
the
think they
Switch?
did. I
Yeah,
think they did.
'cause
Yeah,
there's a Blaze
I saw
Blue
the
on the Switch, but I haven't wanted to pick it up because it kind of looks shit.
Yeah, and so I just wonder if this franchise will end up.
I know
going
there was
that
like a
same
Blaze
direction.
Blue interactive novel.
Which is basically their story mode.
It's already the story
about to
mode.
say, that
modes are so
kind-
long.
Hours and
Yeah.
hours and hours.
Like, oh my god, man! It's
And
I
it's
just fight already?
confusing as fuck.
it is.
Man,
It is.
I used to be a Taokaka man.
Oh, I still love Tao.
Dude,
I
Tao's
still
Yeah.
love
fun
Tao.
as
That was
fuck.
great.
I love her.
Did you ever play Jubei?
No, I still haven't played Jubei yet.
Dude,
Man, it's funny that you say that because I bought, I guess that's Central Fiction, right? Yeah. I bought Central Fiction and Jubei, and I still haven't booted it up to play it yet because it was on sale one of these last times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying that.
You gotta do that.
Yeah,
dude. You gotta do that. Like Jubei and 9, and it's so funny because that's a couple, man.
Yeah.
That's actually, what's her name?
Who's 9?
9 the Phantom and Jubei are a couple, and their child is named. What's her name? She's a scientist. She's the
with the pink hair.
She rides on the scooter,
and she made Tager.
Yeah, she made Tager.
Why can't I think of her? Because I love her too.
Yeah,
she's amazing.
Great.
What is her name?
I can't remember. I don't.
I don't know. That might actually have instruction manuals because they will still do instruction manuals from time to time. So you might be surprised with I miss instruction manuals in video games.
Dude, me too, man.
I totally
really do.
Yeah.
Like, cause I mean.
Did you ever see the Binding of Isaac's instruction manual?
No, I haven't.
Switch?
I actually haven't.
It's actually a rectangular instruction manual. It's gold with a plus, and the Binding of Isaac is in the Legend of Zelda font.
Nice.
Yeah, it's so sick.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
So sick, man.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah,
Kokonoe.
Kokonoe, man, I was almost there.
Yeah.
Not even if it's like just to give me information. I just miss having like a nice
I forgot about Izayoi
kind of
there.
smaller art book to kind of just flip through every once in a while. Yeah.
I don't want to take that from you, but I want to see it when you're done.
Kagura with another gut sword.
And that's the whole thing, man. Izayoi has one of the most tragic stories. Like she has Izanagi, which steals her light. And the more she reads this book, that gives her power.
And she's going
steals
blind.
Her sight. Well, she went blind. She went completely blind, and ended up merging with
that's when
Izanagi.
She was solid. That's when
and then
she had the
became
black, right?
Izanagi.
Yeah.
And so she became Yeah, that story is so
good, dude.
It's so good. Let me say
No, I love
you pass it to me?
Tsubaki a lot. She was one of my favorites, dude.
Yeah. Let's go. This is what I need. This is what we need, man. Yuki Terumi. Like, let's go.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Man, see, there's so much of that.
Like, this is in my estimation, this is the best anime fighter ever made.
Absolutely.
What's
dude,
the Susanoo? The Susanoo.
Oh,
I'm definitely
I'm
definitely going home and popping this one in.
Susanoo or Hakumen?
No, I mean Susanoo.
Well, actually,
when he's got the black beast.
He is not Hakumen. Susanoo is Jin. Is Jin Kisaragi.
I thought Susanoo.
Wait, no. Hakumen is Jin Kusanagi.
That's Hazama inside of.
Yeah, Hazama is the one
inside of Hakumen.
Yes,
that's exactly.
Absolutely.
That's what. Sorry, Scott. What were you saying?
No. I was just saying I'm probably going home and popping this game in.
Oh, I mean, dude, if you want to get some matches
jam on some
Blaze
Blue. I think
let's do it.
This sounds like the day to do it.
I got raid at 8. Okay.
So are we ending the podcast so we can go jam on some Blaze Blue?
I think that's exactly what we're doing. We're just gonna go.
Guys,
hey,
thank you for joining us.
Check
us out on.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Check us out obviously every Saturday here on Twitter. We're gonna do a live stream. Later we'll upload the episode to YouTube and possibly back up here as well. Trey, do you have anything that you want to promote? You can find him on Twitch and YouTube as well, and
we'll have links in the description.
Links in the description,
Fantastic.
guys.
Just come check it out. Like, share, subscribe if you like it. If you don't, then
indeed,
fine.
Absolutely.
Fuck you. Not for real. I don't mean that.
If you don't like it,
if you don't like
why?
it, leave. Why? No, not for real.
Why? Why? Be more constructive with your criticism.
Why?
And on that note,
bye. Goodbye.